All right, boys, this is the intro to the intro, okay? We don't normally do this, you guys know that, but we have an extremely important and actually exciting message to give. Yo, Ernesto.
Hold up.
What are we telling them?
Are we talking about important announcements? Guys, the MBH trucker is finally here. We've all been waiting for it.
Yep.
The style is on point. Guys, if you have a Happy Dad cap, it's the same style, fits so nice. We made sure if we're gonna make our first cap that it fits the head so good, all right?
Yep.
Head to fullsend.com/shop, grab one of them. They're not gonna last. I think we're only making about 100 of them.
Yep.
We're never gonna make them again, all right? So go get yourself something nice, get your girl something nice, and get yourself a piece of MBH history. Let's get into the episode.
They know that I go flip mode when I bust the rhymes. Man's on a different thing, man, I told him 100 times. I did a bunch of crimes, and none of them were done for the vine. So you can take that bullshit and stick that where the sun don't shine. The summer's up, it's about to get real cold. Late nights in the studio with the bros.
Welcome back to another episode of Money Buys Happiness. We appreciate you tuning in. Guys, this week we got a little bit of a special episode. No guest, just me, Anthony, and Dean. We talk about some controversial topics, some very controversial topics, but we also get into some deep, meaningful conversation, and we have some fun with it. So hope you like it. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get this video to 5,000 likes and get it everywhere. Throw a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the episode. Let us know what you think about the topics. We always love getting your feedback. And lastly, shout out to family at Bodog for presenting this episode. We love you. Let's get into the episode.
What the fuck is good, guys? Welcome back to the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness. Dude, it's one of our most highly requested episodes, the host episodes, our beloved host episodes, where we get to just fucking fuck shit up, okay? Swear as much as we want, talk about, what the fuck's going on in the world, give our opinions on certain topics, get a little spicy in here. I'm with my fucking guy, Ernesto. What the fuck's up, bro?
What's going on?
What up, doggy?
I'm back here. I'm over here.
And we over here, back home in Toronto, with the man, the myth, the legend, Uncle Dino. What up, Dino?
Hey, what's up, boys?
What's good,
what's going
bro?
on?
What's good,
Dean,
man?
what the
the
fuck's
best.
going on, Dean?
There's a lot going on. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it today.
Are you
It's gonna
amped or what?
I'm always amped when I'm in this office.
It's
bro. Come
true.
on.
What are you doing over there? You lighting the thing?
He's lighting a
We're gonna let
birthday
it
cake.
do. It's out of respect. It's what Jesus would have wanted.
Wow.
Anyways,
We are back in Toronto.
yeah.
It's fucking gray outside as usual.
Yep.
I love it when it's gray outside.
Really?
That's all I want to say. I love it when it's gray outside. It just motivates me to the max.
To leave.
Shout out, shout out all the Torontonians out there working in this gray environment. I appreciate y'all. Keep grinding to
You
the end.
you got a lot of hate actually on that reel, the reel of
is
him
what it
like
is.
blasting Toronto in comparison
Yeah.
to
So
Miami.
cancel me.
course, of
So
Dude,
cancel me.
It's at like 100. It's at like oh, gee, relax, bro. It's at a million. It's at a million plays on our IG.
As it should be.
But the comments are crazy. It's like thousands of
Yeah,
comments.
bro. What do you mean, bro?
Guys,
Toronto
really-
people don't work, bro. What do you mean Toronto people don't work, bro? You don't know I wake up and I go to work, bro. Like, bro, I'm not talking about the 10% of people actually working. I'm talking about the 90% of people that wake up in the morning
Yep.
and they say, I want to go back to bed now.
It's not even that. I think it's like, I mean, it is that obviously, but
Like,
I think it's
and then
also-
they actually go back to bed.
You know what the problem is? That these guys have like never seen hustle anywhere else. That's the problem, right? So I'm reading the comments and these guys are like, bro,
Like, bro, I wake up in the morning and I go to, and I take the bus and I go to my job, bro. It's like, how else you gonna get to your job? Number one, so you had to do that, and number two, yes, you have to go to your job. You're not doing anything extra.
no, a common thing was, yo, these mans are waste. Yo, these mans don't even, that means they never linked up with real hustlers in Toronto.
Yo, Doc, if you're not a real hustler, fam, I wouldn't expect you to know it.
First of all, we're not talking about the guys who are selling heroin in the fucking trap.
And I'm also
okay?
not talking about the guys that are doing construction on Eglinton, but a little bit I am talking about them because
Yeah.
it's been 15 years. I'm talking about the people that have an opportunity to make money, to go out there and be more successful than they currently are.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people here that are not going to do that. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. If you are in the 10% of people that actually wake up and you want to grind and you want to work, congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Yeah,
That wasn't for you.
that wasn't for you.
That
But
wasn't
I
for
just,
you.
it was like, I think that one I reposted on IG because it was just such a legendary rant. I was like, dude, this might go down as our like hardest rant of all time because
I'll go
you
on
were
a fucking-
passionate, eh?
I'll
You
go on a
came-
rampage
you
because
were
it came from the heart.
passionate.
People are mad because they know I was telling the truth. It came from my heart.
Yeah.
You can't tell me otherwise.
We're gonna pop it up somewhere in case you guys don't know what he's talking about. We'll put it somewhere, or we may have already.
And shout out to the people that are
before.
actually from Toronto that fucked with it because
Yeah.
they know I'm fucking around to a certain extent, and they know there's truth in there.
Dude, I was with one of my boys, and he like introduces me to like a buddy that he works with, whatever. So we're just like chatting and shit. And then he starts talking about, he was telling me, he's like, yo, because we were just talking about Toronto and hustling and culture and whatever in different cities and this and that. And he's like, yo, I actually, my boy sent this like clip from this podcast in our group chat. And it was kind of like about this. And he's like, I was arguing the fact that the guys in the thing were right, how like there's more things happening in Miami, let's say, that make you motivated than Toronto. And I'm like, bro, like, let me see the clip.
Yeah.
No, because I was starting to get feelings. I was starting to get things going on in my head. And then sure enough, it was you. And so that reel made its way around. That reel made its way around Toronto.
And
bro.
here's
It's crazy.
another thing. There was another one that I seen a lot of over there.
Which one?
Oh, in Miami, bro, when they're renting Ferraris and they're renting Lamborghinis and they're flexing and they're doing this, and it's like, okay, yo, let's say this guy rented the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
How much is it to rent a Lamborghini?
Yeah, facts.
Oh, he rented the yacht. Okay, go rent the yacht.
Yeah.
Go rent it.
Yeah.
Go rent the yacht.
Yeah, tell me if you even can.
Oh, everyone's renting things. What do you think they're doing here in Toronto?
Yeah.
Everyone's renting everything.
No,
You
everyone
can't even
here-
buy a house.
Bro.
You gotta rent your house.
Yeah.
So, bro, listen, if you're not motivated by those things, you're not gonna like that reel. That's all it is. If you're not motivated by those things, or they come off as like too intimidating for you to even think about, then I feel bad for you. But don't get mad. I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah, but when I look at like all of like the guys that, I mean, I shouldn't say all of them, but a lot of the guys that like are doing big things in business and social media right now, like that's the route, like the avenue they take.
Why
Like,
are most entrepreneurs going
if
to
it's
Miami?
not, if it's not cars, it's girls. If it's not girls, it's, you know, watches. If it's not watches, it's like taking care of their family. If it's not family, it's all these things that like kind of just like intertwine. And I feel like Miami encompasses that. And there's probably more cities in the world.
yeah,
don't get me
listen,
wrong.
there's a lot to it, you know? But I just think in general, like, it's more so what I was trying to explain was the vibe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and like the vibe is just on another level. People are working there at a crazy level. Okay, I don't want to hear it anymore. You know, if you're from Toronto and you're grinding, I love you, congratulations. But Miami,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides, you know what? Besides
Yeah.
our contractor Luis, that guy's gotta fucking speed it up.
but anyways, listen.
That's what that was about.
Listen, I came into the office today,
Yeah.
and I wanted to talk to Dean.
Oh, okay.
Not much you, not too much with you,
Okay,
but with Dean because I have a certain thing right now.
Bro, speak your mind. This is the
Dean, I
time to do
heard
it.
that you were one of the shooters for Balenciaga for that photo shoot they did with those little kids. And I was like, I was driving here and I was like, yo, like, how am I gonna bring this up to Dean like in a normal way where like he's not cheesed?
Yeah.
And it's like, so Dean, were you or were you not part of that photo shoot that Balenciaga did with the little kids in the satanic little situation?
Bro, you know I'm under a fucking NDA. I can't be talking.
There we,
about
okay,
that.
see, that's why. Okay,
No,
as long as we can stay mutually, you know, friends.
Yeah.
I think,
So Balenciaga,
yeah. Maybe give some context.
there's some
What are you
context
talking
here.
about here?
They did a little campaign, you know, Balenciaga, little campaign. We like to do it, and it was like some bondage type campaign. Like that's what the theme was, like bondage,
Okay.
BDSM.
BDSM. For those who don't know, just Google it. Okay.
What does that stand for? Does anyone know?
I don't even know what it stands for. Let me
Okay,
check.
sorry.
Big ass dick. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got
so
fucking-
they do this. They do this shoot.
did a
Okay,
campaign.
Okay.
Bondage based. All right, this is bondage based. Okay.
Okay.
And there's fucking 7-year-olds in the photos, bro. Now, listen.
That's interesting.
That's weird. There's no way to put that in a normal way and be like, oh, but like it was like, no, it's weird.
Yeah.
You're Balenciaga, you're fucked.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So all these people that rep Balenciaga on an ongoing basis, Kim K, you have kids, bro. Why don't you put your kids in the shoot?
Yeah.
Why don't you use your kids in the shoot if you like it so much?
What
Little
really,
kids,
what
bro.
really like threw me. I mean, a couple things really threw me off.
Ew, man, that's
a couple things
disgusting.
there was one picture with apparently some like. Did you
They
see
had the
that, Dean?
documents.
Where
They had
they
the
had documents from like
So
a
illegal
fucking
documents.
child.
More
porn.
context here. There's documents in the background of these photos are like living in the photos, and you can tell that they're legal documents about including children in these types of photos and in these
Well,
types
no,
of campaigns.
someone actually like zoomed in on it
Yeah.
and was able to see it was legal documents from an actual real child pornography case
Case,
that
like a
happened.
real case, yes.
Yeah, and you're just like, bro, like I don't care, man. I fucking everyone's like, bro, Illuminati's not real. These fucking people doing this weird shit is not real. Bro, there's only so many times that it can just happen and be out there in the media before someone has to be like, bro, it's got to be to some extent real, bro.
They're weird, bro.
There's weird shit.
That's
bro.
weird. So what? Okay, so now what? Now what? Balenciaga, yo, it's okay.
Did they say anything?
Better luck
about
next
it?
time.
No, so they haven't said anything, but the photographer, the photographer made a statement.
Okay, here we
Dean,
go.
Photographer
Dean
made a
made a statement.
statement.
Yeah, I mean,
The photographer made a statement, and I don't remember if it's a guy or girl, so don't quote me on that. But
It'd be a them.
them came out and they were like, listen, like at the end of the day, I'm just a photographer. Okay, on these big shoots, there's stylists. And Dean, you'll understand this, which
Yeah.
I didn't know too much. There's stylists. There's people who do this, the scenery, the setup, the staging, this, that. There's lights guys. There's this person. This person does da da da. I'm literally just a person that like has the camera there, and maybe I get my input a little bit here and there. They just want my style, so I just snap the photos. Like that's all I do.
yeah.
Okay, but
So-
as a photographer,
So
now
hold
like,
on,
you're
can
not
you
gonna stop
confirm?
and be like, yo,
no,
like,
we'll pause. Can you confirm if
am I
that's
doing here?
true?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so
Okay.
it could go either way. I don't know who this guy is. What I would do if I were to look him up is look at his other shit. Is it all weird shit that he shoots? Like, is it
Facts.
creepy fucking
Yeah.
shit with like, you know,
Facts.
latex suits? It's all creepy shit.
but Jeffrey Dahmer
let's
shit?
Yeah.
let's speak to that thing exactly.
So that
Is-
thing exactly he could be full of shit, or he could have been like, yo, I want this 100K bag. I'm not gonna argue with Balenciaga about how creepy this is or whatever. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna take that 100K. And there could be like weird, creepy people,
hold on,
creative
hold on.
directors, and
Would
whatever.
you do that shoot for 100K?
Fuck yeah.
No, but hold on,
crazy.
hold
I
on,
would
hold on,
too.
hold
Fuck
on,
it.
hold on.
I would too.
Talking about-
But is he just the guy or she or they or them?
Yeah.
Just the person that like does
Clicks
that
the
happen
button.
in big? Does that happen in big shoots like that? They literally just press the click. They don't
it
have
could
much.
be either way. It's not like, oh yeah, for shoots like that, he's never gonna have input. It's never his
Yeah,
ideas.
but it could be true.
It could either
what he's
be,
saying is true.
It could be true easily.
So that's
Easily.
fine, right?
Yeah, easily.
Which okay. Let's say that is the case for they them.
Mm-hmm.
What regardless of the situation, like you can see what's in front of you.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
your whole job. No,
yeah.
you put the
I
camera
mean-
down and you shoot it, so you can see what's in front of you. If you're in that kind of situation, you don't think it's even weird? Like
But this is what I'm saying.
the statement pretty much was like, "Yo, I just clicked the pictures. Talk to Balenciaga about it.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me
No,
about
but
it."
okay, listen,
Which, hold
I
on,
get
wait.
where he's coming from,
But-
but
but-
also I'm going back to it. I'm just saying like, well, Dean just said you would do the 100K, but I said I
would-
do
hold
too.
on,
But
pause,
you're not
'cause-
stopping for a second, being like, yo, what did I just do? Like, what did I
Honestly,
just
for
take a
me,
pic of?
as long as there's nothing actually illegal going on,
Yeah.
it's creepy as fuck. It wouldn't be my proudest fucking moment, but he's getting the Balenciaga. It's not like
Okay,
he's
but hold
just
on.
like,
What? Like, let's just like we'll imagine here
yeah.
that if you're getting like a Balenciaga call up for a shoot,
Mm-hmm.
you probably like make good money. You're already in a certain circle of people
That's
that are
true.
getting you big money shoots. Like, no, obviously that they didn't say how much, but let's say 50 to 100 grand for that shoot.
It's probably 100 or more.
Okay,
Easy.
So let's say 100.
Yeah.
Let's put it at 100. Like, if you're getting $100,000 shoots from Balenciaga, you're probably getting other $100,000 shoots.
Probably, yeah.
So when does like the morality come into play? Because the more and more I'm starting to watch like guys like Iman, Gadzi, and like these guys like, you know, like Andrew Tate's and these more masculine guys, like they've really been preaching a lot of like, yo, you like regardless of money, like you got to look at things and like say, yo, this is right and this is wrong. Like long term,
Yeah.
you're way more successful than somebody who just like takes it in the short term.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm speaking like, let's say this person actually makes good money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like maybe look at that shoot and say, yo, guys, this is kind of like, I don't know if this is my vibe. Like, I don't know if I want this under my portfolio.
It's not like he showed up on that day either and there was fuck shit happening. There would have been like weeks of meetings.
He would have
and,
known.
like, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
yeah, it was
like,
not like the guy was shocked when he was
yeah,
there.
like,
No.
oh, wait, we're shooting kids.
Oh wait, there's a
Nah,
fucking
bro.
6-year-old
You know
on a bed.
I
Oh,
didn't even think
perfect.
about that. I didn't even
It
think
would have
about
been
that.
like months of planning and shit.
For sure. Pure Zoom
And
calls,
what the fuck is
PDFs,
the shooter doing? Like he's like to the 6-year-old, like yo, just move like your arm, yo, like yo, give me like a little smirk if you can. And it's like yo, it's
that's
like
crazy.
they're 6, bro. They're just
crazy.
6 years old. But another thing is like people don't care to a certain extent. Like if that guy wanted to get that 100K. Like the world moves so fast and people just don't give a fuck about what they do anymore. They're just like, yo, I'm gonna get my fucking
that's
bag
a
right
good
now.
point. I never thought about it
Bro,
like that.
the world is moving so fast where they're just like, yo, everyone's like moving like the world's gonna end. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like because like the higher ups have so much shit they got to cover That like little shit just
But
like
think
gets
about the
little
photographer
shit
now.
just
Think
gets-
about,
I'm
think about
saying
if you're him.
People are
You're
gonna
saying-
forget.
You're saying
tomorrow.
okay, if the creative director of Balenciaga said they want to do this,
Yeah.
I'm just the guy. Like that guy's got more problems than me, if anyone.
Yeah, I know, but like,
And then the second point is just like in 2 weeks, no one's gonna remember anything.
yo, like, listen, like, I know
I
that.
guarantee he was thinking that shit too. Like he must have
100%.
known it was creepy. I was like, I gotta look this
Come
guy up
on.
because if the rest of his shit is creepy, that might be why they hired him. You know what I mean? Because he does
Fair.
that creepy kind of like.
But like no, but like the style of the photo like was just a fucking regular. Like okay, I'm not trying to discredit. I'm sure there's
It was Dean style
things.
photo. It was just a 6-year-old. You know what I mean?
Fuck you, bro. These people are gonna fucking think I
Hey
really
guys,
did
listen,
this shit.
Dean was not involved in the shoot. All right, I just gotta make that clear right now because we're really getting into it here.
But no, yeah, I don't know. Like I just more recently I've just been on the side of like yo, like even if you need the bag, like you gotta just know what's right.
No one
and
gives
wrong,
a
bro.
fuck.
You know what?
anymore,
It's not
bro.
about
I'm telling
that,
you,
though.
no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
I
bro.
know you're right. No one
They're
does,
gonna
but,
get
like-
the bag and then worry about it later because the bag is the most important.
No, in all seriousness, I wouldn't
Listen,
do the
it's
shoot,
it's
but
just an opinion.
you gotta also figure like I wouldn't have honestly done the shoot. I was just fucking around, even for the 100K.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck. Well, it ruins
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but it ruins the rest of your career. Like nobody's gonna hire that
Can I just
guy
be
anymore.
transparent with you though?
Yeah.
Like I'm maybe doing the shoot.
You might do the shoot.
I might do the
You
shoot
might
for
be in the
100K
shoot.
because at the end of the day, listen, like yeah, it's not any better that I'm agreeing to. But if I say no, they're gonna get someone else anyways. That shoot's going
it's
down.
gonna happen.
I'm not
yeah.
doing the shoot.
I'm doing the shoot. Give me my
Honestly-
100,000. You guys are fucking weird.
I think,
and I'm out.
I think the
Honestly,
move
though,
is go ahead.
I don't think you would.
Bro, give me
I
a
don't-
contract.
I don't believe
I'm
you
going
would
in the
do
I'm
it.
going in the studio
I don't
right now.
believe you would. You say that now, and then you'd be calling me, yo, bro.
You know who's the
Should I
weirdos, bro?
do
The
this?
ones who decided that is the shot list, that is the campaign. You are fucking weird. Now, if you're gonna call me to come make your dream come true for 100K, no
Listen,
problem.
I'm trying to
You're
just
gonna
do
get someone
better.
else. If I say no, they're gonna go get someone else.
I'm trying to just
The
do
100K's
better,
done.
bro.
It's gone. It's going into the world. Who's gonna take it now? Me.
I know, bro. I'm just trying to do better. You know, I want to do better.
You're
for
gonna
society.
listen. You're gonna do better. But it's not gonna be through that. If Balenciaga comes to you and they want to give you 100,000, Bello, you better take that 100,000.
But
I'll tell you right now.
I think the point you made earlier was important.
I'll
Like,
tell you right now. Listen,
no, but
I know. Listen, I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite when I'm saying this. Because in the past I've said other things about different things that would contradict this.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I know
now?
what you're saying.
But now, where we are in the world now,
Yeah.
and the amount of people that are supposed to be these top tier people in this world
Yeah.
that are corrupt as fuck,
Yeah.
that don't give a fuck about me, you, or Dean, even Dean. They don't give a fuck about you, Dean. I don't care.
Yeah.
I
know.
don't care.
Yeah,
Do you
I don't
understand?
know. I don't know.
The pictures are fucking weird. Whoever decided that that's the campaign is
But if
fucking
you-
weird.
but hold on.
Balenciaga, you should be
But bro.
canceled. But if you're gonna call me to come take a shot, the child is on the bed already.
If you think like that, that means that you would sit at this table, let's say, and if there was 10 heroin addicts in front of you, and you would line up heroin and be like, well, bro, if they're gonna take the heroin, I mean, it's up to them, bro. At the end of the day, it was just there and they took it.
What do you mean, though?
Like, and you make money. Let's say you sold heroin right now to 10.
Yeah.
Like, if you think
Okay,
like
but-
that,
but
then,
here- okay,
then-
but here's the
then
problem.
That can go like
Yes,
that
yes.
can go.
They're both dangerous things. There's differences. Obviously, drugs can actually like harm those people doing them at that time.
No, but what do you mean, bro? That's like. That's child pornography. Like, there's
No,
harm.
listen,
Like,
hold on.
You know what I mean? There's
Hold on,
that's
hold on.
harm.
Let's
Hold
make
on,
something
hold on.
clear. Hold on. I never said I was gonna be a photographer for child pornography.
No, but
okay.
Children in BDSM, I will say is very close to that, bro.
It's very, very, very close.
very close.
Okay, but listen,
You are fucked, bro. Fuck you.
I'm just
bro.
playing devil's advocate
No,
here.
no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Listen,
do
guys,
it.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Okay. At the end of the day, I would probably not do it. Okay.
I know you wouldn't, you motherfucker.
I just
bro.
gotta say it.
Bro, 'cause
We gotta get the
I know
people
what you-
going.
I know what you want to do because you want to get back at the big corpse. You want
I
to say,
hate
bro,
big corps,
fuck
bro.
you,
Fuck
bro.
you. Give me your money.
Give me your money.
But
I
at the end
know.
of the day, no. Like, listen, I'll be honest, bro. Now that we're gonna be honest,
Yeah. Okay. Be honest now.
the
Be honest.
energy calm down a
Come
bit.
back.
Let me take a couple.
Take a breath, bro. Take a
Okay.
breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Okay.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it.
No,
I
bro. For 100 grand, no.
And you know what?
dude.
You know what? I'm gonna go back
For a mil,
This-
though? Yo, for a mil,
I'm
though?
showing people how honest I am right now and how I literally just learned in the last 30 seconds. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm learning as you're watching. You know, so that's fucking weird.
It's weird. That's
Okay,
weird. That's
the
weird.
photographer also is fucking weird.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm not surprised in the world that we're in.
Yeah.
that someone is willing to put their morals aside.
Yes.
I almost just did it.
I know. I had to reel
I was there.
I had to reel you back in.
I almost just did it.
You were right there. That's
It's espresso
fucked.
talking, you know? I
Yeah,
just need to get it out.
Espresso couple dubs. Okay, listen. I know. That's
Sorry,
cool.
guys.
At the end of the day,
that got wild for a
at the end of
second.
the day, we'll wrap it up with this.
Balenciaga, fuck
You guys are weird, bro. You
No,
guys are
but,
weird,
but also
bro.
like to end that, to be honest, like how does Balenciaga get away with that? And they literally like will cancel
No,
anyone
they
on
just
the
canceled Kanye. They canceled Kanye for Conway,
Conway.
They just canceled. Listen, okay, let's bring it back. They just canceled Kanye for his quote unquote anti-Semitic comments. 3 weeks later, they're shooting children in BDSM. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. What the?
But that's why
is
he's
going on,
so
bro?
worried about his kids.
'Cause
Like,
he
you know,
sees-
because he sees
'cause-
what the fuck they're around. And
he's
it's like,
like,
yo,
yeah,
like, and
yeah.
you see his daughters on TikTok and they're moving like they're fucking 25 years old.
With
bro.
the
Like,
mom, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Like,
that's getting
speaking
weird, bro.
of that, bro. Like,
It's getting
I
like
seen
the thing
that
about that
account-
is like who's what, like, you know what, like it's just
Yo,
weird.
listen, I
bro.
seen that account recently. It came up on the timeline. Why I don't know. And I mean, they're probably just trying to push that account.
You got these
TikTok.
weirdos out there watching kids on TikTok.
No. But I want to talk about that
Ew,
account,
bro.
Kim Kardashian and her kid. Like, I don't know. Like, in terms of like, not directly her account, but like what Kanye had to say about that. Like, I'm kind of with Kanye. Like, if you're like 7, 8, 9 years old, like I don't know, bro. Would you want your 7, 8, or 9 year old?
No,
on
but I
TikTok?
would want them in a Balenciaga ad.
Okay, so
guys,
anyways,
stop
we'll move
this,
on
stop
from
this,
there. Let's
stop
go. Listen, I got a few topics. You want
Go,
me to, you want
no,
me to pull
shoot
one
it,
up?
shoot it.
Okay, this one's actually like pretty spicy. Okay.
Oh my god.
This one's pretty spicy.
Oh my god.
Obviously, as you guys know, we're signed under the Full Send umbrella, so we watch things. You know, we keep up with the boys and what's going on with them. We see what's going on, and you know, prior to even signing with them, I was a fan. I was someone who watched all of the Full Send podcasts, and I enjoyed them. I always thought they were good. More recently, they've changed a couple hosts around. And that's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
I want to know your opinion because I know also you're someone who watches the pod. Dean, I don't know if you tune in.
Yeah,
how
I
often you
watch
do.
like maybe 2, 3
Yeah.
out of 5. Yeah.
Okay.
I watch them.
So recently they've had Steiny now for a decent amount of time at this point. And then I think, well, if maybe for the last, I don't know, I'm just going to guess at this point, five episodes, they brought Bradley Martyn. So I guess, do you want my take or do you want to give your take?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to say
Oh, you
what
want my
you're
take?
gonna say.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't sure. So much silence. I was like, oh my god, so much pressure. So I'm gonna give my take on it. When I watch the Full Send pod, I watch it because I want to feel like I'm in the room with them, just like broing out, just like chilling, kind of like talking to a certain extent, kind of mindlessly, like bro talk. It's not
Yeah.
like very like serious. You
Yeah,
know, they
yeah.
have their moments here and there, but I think it's more of that kind of thing. And I think when I look at it in the fan base, I think that's what they look for in these episodes. Like, hey, bro, it feels like I'm just sitting on the couch next to these guys talking to fucking Elon Musk. This is crazy. So more recently, they brought Brad in. And I don't know if this is like a hot take, but I'm not a fan of Bradley Martyn on the Full Send podcast.
Wow.
I'm a fan of Bradley Martyn on his own podcast.
Okay.
I don't know if he fits the vibes at Full Send at the Full Send pod. And now I'll give you my reasoning. Kind of because of what I just mentioned. It feels like a very like chillin' bro conversation. Brad's a guy who like likes to get deep into the conversation. He likes to ask like pretty deep questions about people's past and, you know, try to learn more about somebody that way. And I don't know if that fits in their podcast. And the reason I'm saying this is because I really watched the last one, the Andrew Tate one. And there was just a lot of beef between him and Steiny, like going
Yeah,
at it,
yeah.
which like
I saw that.
was whatever, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I just thought that the questions he was asking were not fitting the vibe. And now there's this whole beef online of like people who like who like fucking don't like Steiny, shit on Steiny, and Brad's this and Steiny's that and whatever. Hot take of the century. I think Steiny's a good fucking host. I think Steiny is a good podcast host. I do. I think he fits that brand. Does Steiny go on another podcast and still be good? I don't know. Right? And but I think he slides in. Him and Kyle have a good
Chemistry?
a good chemistry. Yeah, I think they have a good chemistry, and I think he just fits the vibe there. My hot take is I don't know if Brad fits in.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Brad.
Hold on.
like
Before you
Brad.
say,
Okay.
I like Brad too.
Yeah, you're just saying it doesn't fit
like Raw
that
Talk.
type of conversation.
Dude,
yeah.
me and you watch Raw Talk all the time.
All the time.
I like Raw Talk. I think he's gotten the most out of a lot of, influential people more than other podcasts have gotten out of those people. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
I think he's good.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he fits that vibe.
I think
a full sense.
I don't know if it's like. I think it's on purpose that he doesn't fit the vibe.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
You know what I
think
mean?
They
Like-
bring him there to like.
I think that's done on purpose because like you have to remember now the variety of different guests that they have on and the scale of these guests, like they have the bro talk vibe, which is amazing and it works for a lot of their guests, but they also need someone that is going to go deep, and sometimes that may seem like, yo, you know what? The Brad deepness doesn't work for this episode in particular. Maybe this is more of a bro episode.
Yeah.
And he's just used to really going deep with people. And that's why he sticks out. Because like they'll ask questions like bro talk, and then all of a sudden Brad comes in with like fucking like a very deep question and tries to learn about the person.
But now being somebody who's done a lot of podcasts, like you want to make it flow, right? So is that always is that
I
always
feel
a
like
good thing or not? That's what I'm saying.
I feel like with their style of podcast, they attack the guests from many different angles.
You're
Yeah.
saying all at once.
So I think Brad's hitting them with his side of things, which he does very well. And Steiny has his own way of doing things as well. Like he'll come in and just ask them like a fuck question.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's really good at that. Like he'll say what he wants to say, Whereas Brad is like treating it like a raw talk.
Yeah.
And he's getting deeper with the person. I think it works just because there's variety in the conversation. So you're actually getting more out of the guest now. And it depends on the guest, right? But like I said, I don't think Brad's style hurts, but maybe it seems a little off sometimes with the chemistry.
Yeah.
Just because his style is so different from, let's say, Kyle and Steiny's.
Yeah, that's a
And
fair
I think
take,
I
right?
think
That's
they
a
brought
fair
I think
take.
they did it they won it on purpose like that, right? Like I think like that would.
That's what I think. I think they're probably trying to mix together the two vibes so that you get like, some of the people who want to know about your fucking childhood, and then you also have the other people who want to know, bro, how many birds you smashed this year?
There you
know
go.
what I mean?
And think about even us, for example. Like if we were to ever even think about bringing on another host, another co-host, whatever, it would be someone different than me and you.
Yeah.
Like not different in the things we believe or our mindset or anything
I
like
know
that.
what you're saying. I know what
Our
you're saying.
personalities would probably be like very similar,
Yeah.
but it's more so the types of questions
They
they can
attack
come
it
at.
from a different angle. Yeah. Which
I mean, me and you even do that. We're just very similar in the way we distribute that message.
Yeah.
Brad, the way he speaks,
Yeah.
is very intellectual, right? And then you have the guys doing the bro talk, which is good.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think
mix.
it's also because he's a little bit older too, so it's
Yeah,
probably
well,
like
of course, and-
a maturity aspect.
and
He's
the way,
he's
and
lived
again,
a little more.
the experience he has from his
experiences.
podcast.
Yeah,
He's
That's-
learned a certain style of podcast.
what it is. That's a
which
big
is like
thing.
which is like when I look at the best podcasters out there, Brad's up there for me.
yeah, me too. Yeah,
Like,
me
as a
too.
host,
Me
because,
too.
like,
absolutely.
Because like the way he can it's hard. It's
Well, you
not
know
easy.
what? You guys do make a good point. Like, it does get to a point where it's like the guest is so massive that it's just like maybe you need. I don't know, but
Well, you have to remember, like it's set up in a certain way, right? It's like
But
you're
okay,
gonna
but-
you're gonna get the popular questions
Okay.
and the trendy questions and what the fans want to kind of hear, like the clickbait questions
Yeah.
as well. You're gonna get those from the host, but you're also gonna get, let's say now from Brad, you're gonna get okay, but like how did you get from here to here? What was your mindset like there at that point in time that you were able to grow into this
Okay.
person, right?
But,
You know,
but,
you're
but
not
here's
gonna-
but here's like a counter argument to that, like the whole like attacking them from different angles thing. Like a lot of people, and including myself, is like, let's talk about what I don't know. Let's just say Elon Musk as a guest. He doesn't really do many podcasts, but let's just say him. If I want to hear like Elon Musk in like a deep intellectual way,
yeah.
I listen to him. I listen to him and Lex Friedman, for example.
Of course.
If I want to hear him talk shit and joke around, that's when I'll watch his full send episode. So the point I'm trying to make is like these. At the end of the day, all of these celebrities, these big guests that everyone's chasing, in the podcast world, they do all types of podcasts, right?
Yeah.
But based on each vibe of each podcast,
Yeah.
is where you might watch them. Because you like this host and the way he asks questions, whatever, this, and that, right?
But
So
with that being said, too, like you can also
you're saying just get it all in one place?
you can also just try growing that side of things and eventually hit that target market too, where it's like, you know what? I can expect maybe some fun times and some intellectual conversation from this, maybe a little bit of both. And now you're appealing to like a bigger market.
Yeah.
Because I'm even down to laugh and learn at the same time.
Okay, but would you? Okay, again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm trying to like actually get down to the best answer for everybody listening. What, like, would you argue that if you spent an hour and a half getting deep, that you'd go super deep, and maybe that's like could be potentially better for the guest?
No.
And if you're spending an hour and a half on like jokes, like you
it
can
depends.
get the best fucking
it would
jokes out.
It would depend on your audience, and I think the one thing that they do very well is still appeal to their current audience. You see what I'm saying? And that goes into the style of their podcast. When you say they have that bro talk, they have that chill vibe. That's catering to their current audience.
Yeah.
Now they're also growing as a brand, and as they grow, people are going to get older.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to see some more serious conversations.
Sure.
So I think they're trying to blend the two, and I think Brad is actually perfect for what they have going on because he already understands them.
To be fair, he could do both.
He can actually do both.
can
He's
do
he's a
both.
host who can do both and actually
Which is-
change
yeah.
his style a certain way, right? Like he's not mimicking raw talk when he goes on full send. He's doing it to a certain extent, but he's also like trying to fit in with what they got going on.
Yeah.
And I think he's talented enough to adapt to that.
Yeah.
Right? It's still been kind of early. I mean, what's he done? Like 5-6
That's what I'm saying. It hasn't been long.
And like
Yeah. Listen, like
and
I
I
said,
and then going into the Steiny beef with him, like that could also just be like a character
like thing.
a plot that they have.
Yeah.
Because they like to keep those around. That keeps you wanting to watch more and see next time, okay, what are they going to say
Yeah,
to each
yeah,
other?
You think it's artificial? It's planned a little bit?
Well, yeah, listen, man, at the end of the day, like you have to remember those guys are so big and they have such a big platform that to kind of make some scenarios only helps their favor.
But
it's
also like I think it's
To a certain
I think
extent,
it's
you don't want
partially
to go as far
I
as like
think
Bob
it's-
did.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's
No,
not
no,
a-
no.
that's
That's
not
not
fake.
fake.
That's
That's
not
real.
But I think there's it's partially real to some extent.
I think it's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
And then it just gets like it can get played on.
Listen, people
now
are
that
smart.
it's now
People
that
are
it's
smart.
happened, it's
Yeah,
sparked up.
When you're
it's sparked
watching it,
up.
you can tell, like, to a certain extent, it is real. Like, you could tell the way they're talking to
Yeah,
each
like,
other.
I was
Like,
gonna
you
say,
know,
like,
like
bro,
bringing up fuck shit.
bro, the way, bro, you owe me $1,000.
but you know what?
I'm like,
I personally, I'm entertained by that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think going back to it again, their
that's
current audience and their audience that they built their brand off of appreciates that kind of scenario or that kind of addition to their content.
Yeah.
I think like
like I said, I want to.
it only does them better. Like I said, not to an extreme where Bob went, and that was obviously all real.
Yeah.
But you know, to fuck around with each other each pod at the first 10 minutes, and then when you're vlogging, you're still fucking around with each other. Kind of makes a storyline where the person's actually a character now, and you can actually like
Yeah,
you know
through a
relate to this
podcast,
character
through a
or
podcast,
whatever.
which is cool. I like that. I no, at the end of the day, listen, like I said, I think Brad's a great host.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Like,
get him on here.
Yeah, we're trying to get him on. Brad, if you see this, you already know. Hit the boys up. We want to talk. But I just reading a lot of the stuff online. That was the question that I had for you guys.
Yeah.
What your thoughts were on that?
And
like, in
even
terms
online,
of-
like you're always gonna get them picking on someone, right? Like they can't.
but
they're not
but-
always gonna
no,
be.
but
They
like,
have to say something.
At the end of the day, the comments and shit like that is how you gauge what you're up to and how
Yeah.
people fuck with your shit, right? So when people are bringing these things up, not that you take it to heart, you're gonna cry about it,
Yeah.
but you're like, okay, cool. Like now I know what the consensus is, what thoughts that people are having about the show or whatever.
Yeah.
So I saw that a lot, and then that was kind of like. To a certain extent, I agreed with it, but to your guys' point, like maybe the vision is to have a little bit of everything in a pod.
Yeah, which I think they can do because they have the pull to
Yeah,
do
well,
so.
and 3 guests can help you do that, obviously.
Of
Sorry,
course.
3 hosts, my bad.
But 3 hosts and three very diverse hosts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're able to kind of like obviously there's gonna be like some bumping of heads when you have that many different kind of hosts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have Brad going real deep and then you have Steiny saying, buddy, we're not trying to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, I think it just adds to their content. I think it's funny, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
I don't look at it like I don't look at it like
as a bad thing.
it's a bad thing to the conversation or anything like that.
No, I can rate it. Yeah. Anyways, Brad, bro, if you hear this, you know what the fuck's good. Hit the boys up. Let's get you on.
Everyone fucking go
going on.
DM Bradley Martyn right now.
Yeah,
let him know.
DM Brad. Tell him to.
Brad, I
fucking be
know
on
you
the
check your
pod.
DMs, bro. Check the fucking DMs, bro, please.
What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are enjoying the show. As some of you may know, the boys have been on a complete tear these last few months on Bodog, all right? Been killing the blackjack game, killing the sports picks, and we've been getting that bag. And now it's time for you to get that bag, all right? With that being said, Bodog is offering a $400 welcome bonus, all right? To all our Canadians that sign up right now. Not only that, but they're also gonna throw in 50 free casino spins, all right? Bodog also offers withdrawals and deposits through crypto, all right? Making it super easy to put in your money and take out your money and fucking make money, all right? So what are you waiting for? It's pretty simple. Get on Bodog, sign up, place a bet with your boys, and get that bag. Let's get back to the show.
Speaking of Brad, obviously he's a very masculine guy, right?
Is he?
I would say. Yeah. I mean, he's fucking massive.
No, he is.
He's like the size of this fucking table. The guy's huge. Like,
Yeah.
like deezed. And so that kind of leads me into my next point. I want to talk about masculinity. I want to bring it back. I know we've had some conversations on it a little bit back in the day, but you know, obviously it's still a relevant thing. It's something that a lot of people are playing off of. I don't know if playing off of is the right word, but it's the message that a lot of people are giving out. A lot of creators are giving out.
We're discussing it.
That are discussing it, and creators are kind of like now building their brands around it, right? Like Andrew Tate was built around that masculinity. Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, like some of these guys are you know, a portion of their brand is that masculine man thing. I don't know if I know now, you know, but Iman Godzi. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
You know him? Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. We're trying to get him on too. Shout him out if you see this. You already know. Yeah, like so obviously they're all pushing that, and I'm great. I'm like, listen, whether they believe it or not, at the end of the day, if that's the way you're gonna get fucking rich and famous and whatever and gain clout, it's a good way to do it. I'm happy. At least it's a good message you guys are putting out, or one that I agree with. But the point I want to make is I'm wondering if there's one point that they're all missing. And this is a conversation I have a lot with my boy Lou. Shout out Lou. Like the marriage and like family unit.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these creators don't put an emphasis on that. And my question to you guys is, do you believe that, you know, finding one woman, whether it's marriage or whatever you want to call it, building a family is a part of like being a masculine man to a certain extent?
I mean, like, I would say being a fucking human on this earth,
Yeah.
one of your duties would probably be to have kids.
Okay.
Okay.
Duties, eh?
I would say so.
Okay. I like that.
You gotta
I like
recreate.
that.
You gotta
I like
recreate,
that, bro. I like
boys.
that. I'm just saying, expand on that.
This DNA's gotta stick around here, buddy.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
true.
too nice over here, buddy. You know what I mean? What the fuck you think this is? You think we're gonna wash it and it's done? We're coming back.
Okay, so
No, listen. I think that there's many ways to think about it, right?
Coming
And
down, eh?
I think everyone has their own path in life, and I think that if that's something you want, then I don't think it's like bad if you don't. I don't think. Listen, this is another thing as well. This is
where
another.
it gets stoit for me.
No,
yeah.
this is
okay. Go. Say what you got to say, because I guess I got
It
something to say about
depends
this.
who you are and what you're doing in your life, and what point you are in your life. Let me explain now, okay?
Okay.
Because if you're let's say a 27, 26, 25-year-old entrepreneur, okay? And let's say I'm the same. I'm not, but let's just say. And I wake up in the morning and I'm fucking working till I go to sleep. Okay? And you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay? The second I see that you enter a relationship with a woman, what I'm thinking now is like, I can do more than this guy. I can work more than this guy, and I can get more done than this guy now. Why? Because now he has, I'm going to call it a distraction. You can call it whatever you want. At that time, I'm saying. I'm not saying you're 35 and doing.
He's got a
saying you're
liability,
25.
bro. He's got a liability.
Now he has
dude.
something that he needs to put his time into besides what we were both doing. Okay? Now, it doesn't always happen where it's like, oh, now this. You've seen people. I've seen people. You've seen people. As soon as they get into a relationship, their dreams go down the drain.
Fair.
Okay. So when I see another entrepreneur and I'm like, oh, this guy just got wifed up. He's all lovey-dovey and now he's taking his girlfriend to the ex and now he's going to the movies with her. And I'm thinking in my mind, I can get ahead of this guy
Yeah.
because I have more time than he does now.
Okay.
Okay, that's as an entrepreneur. Now as a fucking human being, do I believe that having a marriage, having kids, I don't even believe in so much getting married really. Finding a partner is one thing. Getting married is another
Yeah.
thing.
Well, okay. Yeah. Sure. Finding a partner.
Okay, so finding a partner, I believe that can be extremely beneficial to your life, or it could be extremely detrimental to your life. Okay,
100%.
depends on how you do it. Depends on how you
100%.
play it.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I agree with
But for the most part, I believe that you should have a partner in life to share everything with, to experience life with. But like I said, not everyone's gonna want that. You know, and I think that when you're talking about these masculine figures that are out here pushing their messages, like Andrew Tate's not going to do a fucking 2-hour speech on why you should get married. He's not going to do that because in his life, he's seen more success from avoiding that. So he's not going to push it if he didn't do it himself, obviously.
I look at, okay, I see where you're coming from.
You see what I mean?
I see where you're coming from. Now.
So there's different ways. I looked at it from an entrepreneur and then as just a person.
I'll look at it from both ways,
Yeah.
and I'll put them as one.
Okay, cool.
I think that, and more recently I've been thinking like this. When I look at like the richest guys in the world, like
Yes.
let's talk like the richest guys,
The richest.
Bezos, all
Yeah,
these
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
guys, okay. All of them have wives. By
I mean,
the way.
Bezos is divorced and Bill
Okay,
Gates
but
is
vice, whatever,
divorced.
divorce. Okay, that's fine.
They're all divorced, bro.
Yeah, divorce. No,
But this is what I'm saying. That's why I said partner or marriage, because I don't believe in marriage to a certain extent where it's like you have to do that.
Listen.
Because then everyone's just getting divorced.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying. No, divorce, but whatever.
No, that matters, bro.
No, what are you
can't just say,
talking
"Oh,
about?
divorce doesn't matter." That they got divorced.
What are you talking about? That guy got divorced and is still richer than the whole world with half his money, and then in 2 seconds grew it back and he's bigger than everybody again.
Yeah, but you're preaching that the marriage part of these guys is what they have, but I'm saying they're divorced.
No, but I'm saying but you gotta let me finish the
Okay,
point.
okay.
Like on their come up,
Yes.
I believe that they were all married on their come ups.
Yeah, of
wives,
course.
kids, even.
Yeah.
I believe that actually could have been a massive piece to the fact that they even got to where they did. And let me explain,
okay.
because now going back to what you're saying, like you get a girl, bro, you're in love, lovey-dovey, bro, this and that, and you're the single guy, and you're like, bro, that guy, he's done, bro. I got way more time than him.
Yeah.
Sure, you can see it that way, right? But another way to look at it, potentially, depending on who you are, is maybe that I'm going to call it now the investment
Yes.
that you're putting into that person
Yes.
that's going to grow with you.
Yes.
You're essentially building you're building like your support system.
Yeah.
And as a strong masculine man who, let's say, runs a company, is an entrepreneur, does 100 times more than the average man, I believe you need that support system.
Yes.
I believe that actually investing in that relationship earlier, while maybe that other entrepreneur, that single guy is moving faster than you at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think long term you beat him out. And that's I just believe that a good relationship, a good foundation, which eventually usually leads to kids and things like that,
Yeah.
is that, and that's another thing, even kids, right? Like how many guys we know guys that were maybe not bums, I'll just say bums, or just not doing the best in their career and whatever it was, had a kid and that kid forced them to fucking man up.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that men in today's time need. They need to fucking man up. And sometimes a kid will do that. If you talk to any guy, like, let's say even in our parents' generation, in their 50s, 60s, whatever, like, you have a kid, life gets real.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's when, like, you sort of get that push, like, okay, it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
And not every human being needs that.
Yeah.
Some people can get it inside them a lot faster. But I think on the masses, I think that's actually a good thing. And so when I circle it back to these influencers, like, listen, the audience that they're preaching to, let's say their audience is 10 million people.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. What's that percentage of people of 10 million that are like hyper successful men who don't need anything to get them fired up?
Yeah.
A massive portion of that are just like regular dudes, right? And I believe that if they preaching that relationship building whole thing would be better for the majority of their audience.
Okay.
Does that make sense? That's how I'm circling it back to like, so.
Okay, let me
Everyone, I'll end it with this. Everyone is different. Obviously, some people need things to get a push in life. Some people don't. That's just a reality.
Yeah.
But the percentage of hyper successful people that don't need anything but like just their mind to get it going, don't need anyone to tell them anything.
Yeah.
But these guys, right, who are preaching to the masses and trying to push masculinity, which I love that message. Again, I'll say it again. I think there is a missing component of, that you can benefit from a relationship. You can benefit from having a partner and building that relationship so that by the time you get to a point where you're like comfortable, ready to go, you have a whole support system set up with you, right? I just think it's overlooked, right? When you look at the greatest men of all time, a lot of them had a woman next to them. Mm-hmm. Some of them divorced, whatever. That's a whole different story. I'm not going to go into that. But along the way up, they did.
Yeah, but
because life gets stressful as an entrepreneur.
100%. But here's my takeaway from that. The first one is that the foundation that you're building with someone, that's all good, and you're comparing it to these rich guys. But I understand what you're saying. A foundation and a good partner on your come up is massive. But if it's so important, why as soon as they finally make it, they divorce?
No, that's different. Yeah, but okay, but
Why? But why? That's a
because
point
now
that-
they're fucking loaded. Now they're like, bro, I'm just gonna do something else now. I'm just
what,
gonna
then
get a
not
next.
have my support system. But that's what I'm saying to you. You're building this foundation that's going to help you get there.
Yeah.
If it's so important to these guys and it's helped them so much, why do they divorce as soon as they get the money?
No, but hold on. It's not every.
It's more than half. It's more than half.
That's not true.
It's
bro.
more than half.
That's not true. That's not true.
How many guys you know,
I'll blame it. Okay, and I'll counter that with I think the problem of men in this generation, anyways, is that you have a cell phone where you can look at a pussy, new pussy in 2.3 milliseconds.
No, but
and nowadays
Yeah.
these guys grew up at a time or got built a time, whatever. Now they're in this point where they just have all this shit in front of them.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's right. I still don't think that's right.
It's
I'm
not about
telling
being
you-
right or wrong. It's just about they're doing the exact same thing that you're saying, the method that you're saying. You get your partner
Yes.
and they help you build.
Yes.
And then they're all getting to a certain point. I'm saying all, but
you
it's
can't say that, but that's not.
Okay,
but you
Dean, are
can't
we
just
talking
say
about a
that.
lot of fucking guys that do this?
I think a lot of okay. So let me just start from scratch. here,
Okay.
my
Okay,
two
start from
cents.
scratch.
Start
Dean.
from scratch.
Get us
Okay.
going here, Dean.
I think your opinion is right for some people. I've seen people like at our level or whatever, my level, your level, whatever, where it's like it doesn't slow them down, it doesn't stop them
Yeah,
because
and there's-
that's
of
a low
course.
priority, right?
Yeah.
So it's business, family, what money, then girlfriend.
Yeah.
The problem I
There
see
you
with
go.
people are girlfriend, money, family, or whatever. Girlfriend, family, money.
and bringing it back. Sorry, just to bring it back quickly. When I'm talking about from an entrepreneur perspective,
You got to be
that's what I'm
business
looking-
at the
that's what I'm
top
saying.
every
That's what I'm
time,
saying.
all the time.
Of
So
course.
I see what you're saying for sure. You can have a girl who's really understanding, or you can have a partner who's really
Yes.
understanding. Okay, you got to fly to thing tomorrow. It's my mother's birthday. It's obviously your work is more important than my mother. But the problem becomes when it's like, you're not showing me enough attention. I can't believe you're going to work tonight, or they don't trust you. They think you're gonna fuck around on them, and
but
then
then you're
it
just with the
brings
wrong-
you down.
yeah, but
Okay,
bro,
you're at
you're
the
with the
wrong
wrong
one.
No,
thing, bro.
100%.
Like,
But
at
now,
the
but
end of
now,
the day,
but
like-
now, talking about that, out of 10 girls, out of every 10 girls, how many are going to be the supportive one?
Half.
I would
It's like
say less.
1 out of 20,
I would say
maybe.
less.
Yeah.
Yo, can I tell you something? If men were fucking actually more masculine
No.
and knew how to wear
No.
pants,
No.
yes, bro.
I doubt
yes,
it,
bro.
No, because I doubt it because the way that
100%,
the way
bro.
that our generations are growing up now, it's not like that. Yo, we say it all the time. We say that women shit on guys all the time.
Yeah, because men are fucking pussies,
But,
bro.
but how? But how? Because
What do you mean, but how, bro?
For the most part, he just listen.
Because they're like this. They have their phones out and
Yeah.
they're just jerking off every 2 seconds.
Okay.
They're not actually
I know,
saying-
but listen, you can't. One person is not going to be able to change that. One guy trying to find one girl is not going to change that because as soon as that one guy goes with the wrong girl one time, he's going to be like, "Yo, I got to focus on my own shit." That's what's going to happen. And because
Don't believe
the
it.
ratio of women, I'm saying this right now,
Yeah.
that will date someone that has goals and be supportive. That out of 10 women,
Yes.
for me, it's 2. So now you're doing that. What do you think you're gonna find for guys? Guys that are grinding out there and doing their thing. 2 out of 10. It's the same. So it works out.
But the point is that it, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic in the sense of like relationships nowadays,
Yes,
bro.
yes.
Dudes today
Yeah.
are fucking simps to their girls.
But
okay?
that's how they lock them in. That's how they lock them
listen,
down.
But listen. In comparison,
That's how they get 'em.
In comparison to back in the day, bro. Let's be honest,
Bro.
Let's talk about men in the 60s, 70s, whatever. I'm not saying, bro, beat your wife. I'm not saying
Yo,
that.
yo.
What I'm saying is like back then it was like just known, like the man went out,
I know.
hustled,
I know.
did his thing,
But it's a different
came
time.
home.
It's a different time.
Yeah,
It's
but
It's a way different time. Now,
it's a
you know
way
what
different-
was
so
happening
now,
back then?
So, bro, if you taught men how to actually be masculine, what
Yes.
I'm saying is this: I believe if men were taught the real sauce on how to be masculine,
Yeah.
which is or how to, let's say, command or take, I shouldn't say command, take lead in a relationship, I bet you they would have way more
Can I
successful
tell you something
relationships.
though? Can I tell you something though?
And when I say successful,
these
I'm talking
guys,
about
these guys that are going into relationships and bending over backwards are doing it because that's the only way they can get into that relationship, bro.
what the but bro,
When you
that's
see
the-
a guy that
that's the
says
most
goodbye to
dust
my
thing.
career, say goodbye to my friends, it's because he knows at the end of the day, if I don't do these certain things, I might not have a chance to have this relationship. Now, at the end of the day,
But what's so special about that relationship that he's going for?
bro, ask 60% of the guys in Toronto. I have no fucking idea.
This is what
It's but going back to it even more so, that goes from the pressure of society that you have to get married, you have to do these things. So
that pressure's gone.
no,
bro.
no, it's not for my generation. Maybe for
Bro,
Gen Z, not for us.
sure,
no.
bro. It's gone for
No,
sure.
there's no
dude.
way. I see all my friends are getting married to do this. Now, if you're happy, you're happy. I'm talking about the guy who bends
I don't
over
think so.
backwards to get into a relationship. Now, there's sacrifice involved, sure, but there's not like losing yourself in the process. That's happening to too many people. And why is that happening? Because that's the way they get into the relationship. They have to say goodbye to going out at night. They have to say goodbye to playing video games. They have to say goodbye to smoking a doob with their boy. They have to.
But yo, would you not argue that, would you not argue that that's actually more beneficial for your life? Not going out, not smoking doobs,
Of
not
course.
playing video games?
No.
You just said 3 things that are good for an entrepreneur.
Of course.
You had just said 3 things.
Of course.
Okay.
And
so
I
now
could also
what?
say 3 bad things. Like,
Okay.
you know that, right?
Okay,
Like, it's just
okay,
like, I'm just,
okay, but let's compare. Let's compare it. Like, let's talk about a regular
listen,
guy. If he's
listen.
not in a relationship, what does he go do?
Bro.
He smokes weed, he drinks,
Listen,
he fucking
I
does
know.
drugs, he fucking gambles his life savings away, he does this and
But
that,
there's also the
whatever.
entrepreneur out there that was using that time to do...
How many of those? How
There's
many
less.
entrepreneurs?
There's less, but that just goes towards the entrepreneurs.
Yeah, but I'm speaking towards society at large
Yes.
here. I'm not talking just to entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I'm talking, again, to circle it all the way back. The influencers aren't only talking entrepreneurs. They're talking to just regular dudes who just need a push. They just need a fucking push.
Yeah.
A masculine figure to say, bro, go out and fucking get it.
Yeah.
Which I love that. And we need more of that. But I think that, and this is, again, just my personal opinion, because you're talking to the average dude,
Yeah.
you're not talking to only that 1% of entrepreneurs, that it's actually good for the average dude to learn how to,
Of course.
to learn how to lead in a relationship.
Yes.
And that will actually give him a happier life than working construction fucking 176 hours a week, going home, living in his basement apartment or living wherever,
Yeah.
jerking off to shit, paying for fucking hookers, gambling, parlays.
Yeah, I know,
this
but
and
you're
that.
going to
No,
the
what are you talking
extreme
about, bro? If we're talking about Toronto, that you know a lot of those guys, and so
but,
do I.
but also at the same time, like without those extremes being involved, like I said, there's pros and cons. You can go negative as well and say when you're in a relationship, there's negatives as well.
But okay, yes, but ultimately,
Because what happens after 2 years that you
I
had a
would-
relationship and then it's done? What happens now?
So then,
What happens?
What's your argument here?
My argument is that
No. I'm gonna ask you something specific.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
your
okay.
argument on this? The negatives of, again, let's talk to regular guys, regular dudes, okay?
Yes.
The negative for regular dudes, like I'll pick common ones,
Yes.
okay, are like, yeah, you end up going out, drinking too much.
Okay,
You
but
eat like
you can also see a positive that you're going out with your friends and you're spending time with your friends instead of just going out and getting
Okay,
drunk.
I'm-
You can see it 2 ways.
bro. I'm
just
talking
saying.
about the average guy that we know that's on King Street
Yeah.
every single weekend.
Okay,
Let's
that's
be
the
honest.
average guy. That's
Yeah,
not the
what-
average guy.
Yeah,
That's the average guy you know. I don't know. any of
That's
that.
what I'm saying. We're talking about average guys or average guys we know.
Okay, sorry. So if it's not King Street, it's video games
yeah.
and smoking bong hits and playing video games till
Yeah.
4 or 5 a.m.
That's fine.
And if it's not that, it's
fine.
If it's not that, it's fucking something else. They're fat, they're lazy, whatever. I'm
Okay.
just all these bad things, right?
Okay.
Now, if you bring a good woman into your life,
Yes, that's the key though. That's the key.
she can stop you from doing those things and maybe open your eyes to a different type of life. I'm just saying, right? Okay. Now, how should I put this? What are the negatives? Give me like the negatives you would see in a relationship in comparison to the potential positives.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like I can go on.
Yeah, go. I'm just saying go.
First of all, the one thing that
For
can
a
happen
regular guy. Let's talk for a regular guy.
a regular guy.
Yeah.
The one thing that you can do that's probably the worst thing is waste your time. So the most important thing out of this whole equation is not whether you should do it or not and get in a relationship or not. It's whether you find the person that fits you or not. Because the problem is that these
Yeah.
guys are being, let's say they're told, oh, you got to settle down right away and find the marriage and build that foundation. They end up doing it with the first girl they sit down with, and then in 10 years you're divorced. So the problem with that is yeah, okay, maybe relationships are good. Is the first one the one that you have to get married? No.
Yeah, but then again, if you were
So
if you
now-
were putting that message out, you would have to put it out that way.
What do you
understand
mean?
what I'm saying? Like if you're a guy who's like wants to promote masculinity,
But
and that's a portion of it,
This is the
that's
part
something
that's
you
missing.
say.
That's the missing piece right now.
But
So
this
these
is what I'm
guys,
saying.
these guys don't even know what they want. Okay, and when they finally know what they want, they can't find someone to meet that criteria. Do you understand?
Bing,
Because
bing, bing.
there you go. Because
but then you keep it going.
you keep it, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
but after one relationship, after 2 years, after another one, after 2 years, you're gonna pretty much say after that, like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna focus on a couple other things right now, which I don't mind at all. Because how about this? You wanna smoke a bong, get fucking stoned as fuck, play Call of Duty for 8 hours, or build a foundation with someone that can eventually not matter. I would say, you know what, buddy? Light the fucking bong up.
No, but why
And
would
meet me
it,
on
why
cock.
would it eventually not
Here,
matter?
you want to know why? Because remember what you just said about
Yeah.
what's wrong with guys today? They can look at their phone and see a pussy in 4 seconds or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
A new what do you think the girls are doing?
Yeah.
You know how many girls
You
I
just
know
put a
that are
picture
like
up and they
with
get the attention
boyfriends?
they want.
They're with boyfriends and they're fucking around.
Yeah, there's some.
You know what I mean? We all know that.
I think the two main issues here are that once the guy figures out who he actually wants, he cannot find someone that meets that criteria. I think that's one of the main things. A second thing is that trying to find a woman of that criteria that will support you at all costs and believe in your vision is very rare. So
Yeah,
the
but
fact that
sometimes
it's
you could train it, and what I'm saying is,
good luck.
Yeah, you can't
Best
do
of
that.
wishes.
yeah,
So
you can, bro. You guys
I
don't know that,
Bro, how many girls have you? How many you? Okay.
I've had total 3 girlfriends in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up.
What do you mean?
How long was your current? Like, what's the longest one?
The longest one was 7 years.
Okay, which is the current
Yeah.
one. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm saying to you is that it worked out for you. You see what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah, but
7 years
it's not-
worked out.
But no, there's ups and downs, and there's
Of course,
there's
of
training,
course.
and there's fucking
training involved in all those things.
There's
100%.
training, bro.
But what I'm telling
for
you,
everybody,
what I'm-
but they
everybody
got to be
involved.
trainable.
What I'm telling you,
No,
yeah,
but
they have to be trainable.
But so do you, though.
No,
So
you
do
don't.
you.
You
You
don't
do.
because
Yeah, you
you're
do.
talking about the masculinity, calling the shots, being in lead. So there's nothing. You got to find someone that's gonna fit your lifestyle. That's how you're
No,
saying.
but I'm saying trainable. Trainable is learning how to take lead in a relationship, take lead in anything, take lead in a business interaction, take lead in a fucking
Of course.
in a conversation.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is people need to. I think for the average guy, if he had that masculine, that true masculine guidance and then energy, and he knew how to fucking focus it
Yeah.
and really like dig deep into it, that if it wasn't the first girl, whatever, he would be able to find a girl, and he would
Yeah.
be able to find someone who makes him happy and gives him what he needs. Not saying it's going to be the first one, just like the first business is never your successful one.
Yeah,
just like the
of
first
course.
fucking, you know what I mean? Like that's the first with everything. So what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is for the average guy,
Yes.
right, who maybe is just going to work a job for the rest of his life, or work a couple of jobs for the rest of his
Yeah.
life, and whatever, buy a house and do this. That's important. And if we had more men who were doing that, the average dudes who were linking up with
But how
good
do you
girls,
know through that person's own experience that it's not important to them? How do you know through that one guy's experience? Let's say he already dated three, four women.
Yeah.
And now he decided, you know what? After wasting all that time, energy, it's not important anymore. What are you gonna say to that guy?
That was me, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. What are you gonna say to that person?
yeah, was me.
What? Well,
Wow.
could easily be me, real
Whoa.
quick, to tell you the truth.
But yeah, but the point is that at the end of the day, even when you get old, like what do you want for your life? Like you want not to give your shit to people. You want no one to share your work with and what you've built in your empire. Bro, when you get old, you want nannies to be around wiping your ass? No, bro, that's gonna be my kids. My kids gonna be the one making sure I'm fucking blessed.
But
bro.
again,
Like,
you don't have to marry a woman to have kids.
no, but marrying a woman, fine. Finding a partner, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you want to call it. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying.
what does it take for you to time things out? Like I said, like if you're that guy who's now 30 years old and you did 3 relationships and you're like, you know what, this is not important to me. What I'm gonna do right now is focus on this for the time being.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
when I'm ready, I'm gonna
100%. I'm not saying it's got to be when you're 17 years old.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that that's not even. I'm not really hearing that side of the masculine push.
maybe they're just not in that phase in their life yet, which is fine because they need certain messaging depending on where they are in life. And fucking 80% of the people that listen to Tate are probably in no position to start a family or have a marriage. They're probably
You'd be surprised, bro. I see a bunch of guys on my fucking IG who are 35, 40, 45, whatever, that are fucking
yeah.
good to go.
But again, the thing is like it's about what makes you happy currently in life. It's like if you want to go after something and something else is going to distract you for and I'm going to use distraction because most of the time I believe that's what it is. And for most part of relationships, most of the time there's insecurities, there's jealousy, there's all these things. Mostly.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
then-
talking
but-
about the special
But then the
relationship.
argument can be mostly that regular dudes spend a lot of their time on wasted shit anyways.
Yeah, but that's going to happen no matter what. Like I could
point.
look at a relationship and say, wow, 2 years and then we broke up because someone cheated. That's wasted shit too.
100%. I'm with
You
you.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But again,
So
that
it's
just
about
comes
how you
down
want to
like-
waste your time at the beginning, straight up. It's like, how am I going to waste my time here? Seeing if this relationship's going to work, seeing if this business is going to work, seeing if both can work, seeing if I should do this.
Again,
and then you learn
you're
about
talking-
yourself. And then you
Yeah,
learn
yeah.
about yourself through those experiences. And you say, okay, well,
course.
where am I at in my life? Where do I want to go? And what's the timing like of that? Right?
Listen. The time, I'm not putting a time restraint on it. What I'm saying is at the end of the day, my opinion, I'll close it off here. My opinion is at some point, it's beneficial for a man
Yeah.
to find that, to
Yes.
be in it. I don't know if it's whether it's fucking 15, I don't know, dude. The
Yeah.
age, 20, 30, whatever.
Yeah.
I just think that it's beneficial at some point for men. That's my opinion on it.
Listen,
I think
I
that,
agree too, but
and
that doesn't agree with the facts. The facts is that the majority of women will not agree to those terms. They won't.
No. You
They
can't say
won't.
facts. You don't know that.
That's
You-
facts. Dean,
that's not-
is that not facts,
No,
bro?
you-
If
you
we
want me
had-
to tell you the facts
if
of being-
if there was majority of women walking around saying, I will support my man no matter what happens, I will not be insecure, but I
No,
will
you can't. You guys are no. It's not facts. You
Come
can't
on.
say that,
Bro,
No,
I'm
not
telling
saying
you,
that.
I've been out there dating girls, like not seriously doing what he just said. I've been through a few relationships. I was like, you know what? This is a fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be going good. And then it goes down to shit. And I just wasted 2 years, 5 years, whatever my shit was. Then I spent like 6, 7 years by myself.
Yeah.
I had the ability, and I'm not the every guy, right? I'm trying to make a business. I'm doing the entrepreneurship. So it's a little bit different than
Yeah.
every guy, right? But at the same time, my experience over those 6 years of knowing that I'm gonna really try not to make a relationship happen, and I'm gonna go out and have fun with people and stuff. But the majority, like 1 out of 100 is what you're talking about, and they
Yes.
already have somebody.
There you go.
I'm telling
I
you,
don't
telling you,
agree with
most
that.
girls are looking at their
It's facts,
phone
bro.
and
I
they're
don't
waiting
agree-
for
I
the
don't
next
agree with
message.
that.
Well,
Yeah, well, because you guys.
How would you know though?
You're
How would
also-
you know
I'll
though?
tell you.
How would
'cause
you know?
You're also talking about Toronto, bro.
No, but who are you talking to then?
But-
Which girls are you talking to that are supportive
Bro.
and doing that? How many? Tell
Bro,
me.
You're missing.
Go ahead.
Bro. This is the point. This is the
But
point.
you have
is-
no market research. He actually talks to girls. I actually talk to
Bro,
girls.
but bro, I have a phone. I can see what girls are doing online. Fucking
Yeah,
showing
but you're not
asses.
conversing.
Nah,
You're not
bro.
communicating on the level
Listen,
like
you
that.
want me to tell you a little story? Here's
You're
a
not
little
having that
story.
relationship talk with them.
I'm gonna tell you a short little story. I ended up hooking up with a girl, not knowing she had a boyfriend, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Then the next day, I find out she's got a boyfriend. 6 years. We hooked up 3 times.
Yeah.
She's got a boyfriend 6 years.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
posting pictures of her. Probably what you would see and consider, oh, this is a supportive girlfriend. She's got this guy's back. Meanwhile, she's fucking around behind his back, right? So I think that the
'Cause
majority,
he ain't masculine enough. That's his problem.
It could be.
or she's,
It could
or,
be.
or,
That's my opinion.
or
He-
she's not feminine enough.
He don't. Nah. He
You
don't
don't
know.
know that, though.
He don't know. Listen,
So
a
what?
real man knows how to bring the feminine side out of a girl. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
don't
but
have to like it,
the
you know.
feminine side is fine. But the fact of that was that she cheated on her
being
man.
feminine is being submissive to your man. Like that's like to a certain extent.
Ask a broad today, she would think fucking sleeping with 20 guys is what makes.
Oh, hey, listen, man, we're all done. Burn the fucking earth. I'm done on this space,
no,
bro.
but
yo,
listen.
put me in the death pod.
But yo.
I'm fucking out of here, bro.
But yo,
this space has gone to
this
shit.
This is what it is. So when I'm telling you this,
But-
this is not like, yo, listen, if there was a plethora of women out there that are gonna say, you know what, I see what you're doing in life, I trust what you're doing, I support you, I'm gonna be there for you. You
Yeah.
need something, I got you. But
Yeah.
listen, all I ask is respect out of you, and I got you.
Yeah.
I believe what you're doing.
Yeah.
If there was a plethora of those women out there, bro, I wouldn't be sitting right here.
Let me ask you a question though. If you went to I don't know, like a Muslim country, let's say.
Oh, here we go.
No. But this ties in.
Of
If you go
course.
to, they're everywhere.
What do you
They're
mean?
literally everywhere. The type of woman who's gonna like
Yeah.
be submissive.
They're
to
even
you,
in Italy.
They're in Italy. Okay, so this goes back now to my first point here.
Yeah.
All the way at the beginning.
Yeah.
If that message was put out more, it would be more positive.
Yeah, but look what you're.
But
look
it's got to
what-
be done by the women too, like the women influencers, like
Okay,
Andy
listen,
Tate. That's got to
I know. I'm just talking to the men today.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to the women influencers. The women, listen, we talk about
You know,
them. Cardi
you know,
B
you know,
shaking
you
her
know,
ass.
you know
We
what the
talked
problem is?
about
I'll
that.
tell you what the problem is and why it's not happening.
It's a cultural thing.
It's a
is
cultural
what I'm
thing,
saying.
and what they're doing now is that what's happening is males are deciding that they're actually more happy being more feminine, and what's happening is females are actually more excited to have more of a masculine side to them. So what's happening now? We're going
the other way.
We're going the
bro.
other way.
Well, no. At this point, we're saying change your gender.
What's happening?
We're saying, bro, you know what? You're not even a woman. You're not even a man. I know, guys, but my
So
point
then you're
is,
gonna have the feminine guy
Yes.
now with the masculine women, and that's what you're seeing. When
Yes.
you see the guy give up his whole life
Yes.
to be in a relationship, when you know, listen,
but-
you
I know,
didn't
but-
really want to do that, Bello.
yes, I'm not arguing that fact. My
That's
initial,
why.
But
That's why the guys are doing that.
No, but my initial thing is, like, bro, I guess it can just be a blanket statement that I wish influencers put out better messages.
Yeah, they're
Or
not going to.
Not that they're not doing good ones already. Like I said, these guys who are pushing masculinity, I think it's amazing. All I'm
100%.
saying is I think that's the missing point. Maybe it's just not gonna get them the views. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
No,
like,
I think it's a very controversial topic that would get a lot of views.
and that's what I'm saying. And so it's like you guys ultimately you're saying the women aren't out there. That's why the guys don't do it. I'm saying the women are out there. They're in other places. How come in other places the fucking air doesn't change?
I know, but
it does
now-
technically change in other places.
What do you want?
but
Okay,
know what
now
I
what do you
mean?
want the guys to do here, though?
No, but I'm saying then if the message was put out online and slowly we tried to integrate that back into society, we'd have a lot happier people.
I know, but
That's the fucking
another
point.
thing as well, Bello, is like a lot of people need to use their own mind, and not everything has to be a message out into the world for you to understand it. So if people are fucking 19 years old and they're a guy and they can't understand that, you know what, maybe getting a partner is beneficial to me or not, or this, if they can't decide that for themselves, bro, then
No, but
do your own thing. Do what you got to do. That's
but-
why. The whole point is this messaging thing. People got to figure it out for themselves, bro. There doesn't have to be a
course they
message
do.
saying, because then what happens is the other problem is going to happen. The other extreme is going to happen is that everyone's going to start getting into relationships and everyone's going to say, yo, after their first one, they're
No,
going to
but
say,
bro,
bro, fuck this.
But the thing is, these guys are fighting against the messaging because at the end of the day, they're social media, so there's going to be messaging no matter what.
100%.
Now, if you have an audience that you
Yeah.
can spit a good message to, it's probably a good idea to do that
100%.
for humanity, bro. For
listen,
fucking
but like going back to it, Tate's not going to do that because he didn't experience that. You see what I'm saying?
no, but like Jordan Peterson does, for example.
But he'll bring it up.
Yeah,
he'll
Joe
bring
Rogan
it up.
will.
He'll bring it up.
Joe Rogan will.
Mm.
I know. I'm just saying. I wish more of the guys pushed it. That's all. I love you guys, bro. You guys are the best, bro.
I think what you're saying is it's important not to be alone. Not many people truly want to be alone. But
No,
then,
you don't.
You know what I mean? You don't. There's just the majority of people do not want to be like alone forever and just paying for
Nobody
sex
does.
and
At
whatever.
one point in your life, maybe it's down the road, you're gonna not want to
Yeah,
be alone.
exactly.
You don't.
So
No,
I think
no,
what we're
definitely.
saying is it's just extremely difficult to
And
find
I'm
somebody.
not saying.
I agree.
And I'm not even
Wow,
saying.
that's like a very basic way to put
Yo,
this.
and I'm not even saying like I want to be alone later in life. I'm not trying to say like that's the way you gotta.
yeah.
I'm saying, bro, when I was alone from 24 to 29,
Yeah.
I had the most successul years of my life.
Yeah.
So I'll be
Yeah, for
alone
sure.
during that time. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't mean that's what I want moving
No,
forward.
100%. And like I said,
I think everyone should be alone for a minute.
100%. But what I'm saying is that doesn't mean like I'm never putting a time limit
No,
on
but
it.
then
Like, I'm
even,
not saying
even
like,
look at the other extreme now and say, look at all the people that, yo, they get into a relationship, they break up, and a week they're in the next one.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
person went through 20 boyfriends in 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's the other extreme of that person actually needs to be alone for two years.
yeah.
Sit down.
No, I agree. Yeah, I
But
can
probably
agree
doing it for the wrong reason if they're flipping from.
But
you know.
okay, there you go. And the wrong reasons could be from anything, from your friends around you that maybe they're getting married, they're in a happy relationship. You're like, fuck, I gotta do it.
You just- you
My
can't be
parents are
alone,
saying,
this or
why am I
that.
single? This and that. Fuck, I gotta stay with her because I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Who else am I gonna date if I don't date this person? That's a common one.
That happens all the time.
That
by
one's
the way.
like, yo,
Which
you know
one?
how many
Which
guys I
one?
see-
Which one?
The guy, they break
Like,
up.
you get into it. You're in 2 years deep, and then all of a sudden, maybe you find a text message you shouldn't have found, or you fucking, you know what I mean? They fuck around, or some shit that you don't like starts
or even
happening.
just
like-
get,
or
or you're
someone
just like,
like-
yo, this is not for me anymore.
Or
Yeah.
someone like sucks a dick or something, and then
Something
you're
like that, and then
you're
and then you let it slide almost because it's like, well, what the fuck?
Well,
I'm
not
already
almost, you
3
did.
years.
You know
Just
how
fuck.
many, you know how many
Just
people I know
fuck.
they broke up.
Yeah,
they
that's
broke up. All right. The guy's, bro, I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
He goes out.
Yeah, we've seen
for
these too
2
many
weeks.
times. We've seen these too many
Nobody
times.
fucks him. For 2 weeks. He goes to door 3, he went to fucking EFS, he went to Arcane, nothing happened. And he says, fuck, I gotta go right back.
Yeah.
Those are
because
bad. Those are
because
bad.
I can't do this. This is fuck. This means no one wants me. Like, bro,
Yeah.
are you really that weak?
But a real masculine dude, exactly. That's the fucking point, bro.
Yeah.
Is they're weak, bro.
But that's the opposite. They gotta be strong and leave that relationship.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
Just,
what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying what I'm saying is if you can't handle a relationship and you can't make it work or find a good person or all those things, it's probably because you're fucking weak. I think that's a big piece of the pie. And you guys are saying, no, it's also the girl.
I think it's 50-50.
Which is
You
arguable.
can be a bitch, and you can also find a bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
If it works for you, it works.
Yeah, okay.
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Okay, guys, we were fucking snapped on that, eh?
yeah, we went off.
Okay, let's keep it moving.
Yo, what do you guys think about like holding grudges on with people?
Oh man,
That's a good one. That's a good
Like,
one.
you know,
I
like,
wanted to talk
at
about
what-
this
at
too.
what-
That's
at what
crazy.
point? At what point? Everyone knows deep down that they shouldn't hold the grudges. You know, everyone's got their ego. Everyone's got their own shit going on, and everyone wants to be the fucking Mr. Correcto. You know what I mean? They want to
Yeah.
be correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So at what point are you looking at a grudge and you're like, you know what? Like, I don't know if I really need to be part of this anymore. Or you know what? Fuck this person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fuck
you.
them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you decide?
Okay.
When it's like, no, fuck you for real, like fuck you for life. kind of thing, or it's like, you know what, maybe I'll let it slide.
Okay. I mean, there's so many things that come into that. I'm gonna try and just narrow it down to the least amount as possible. For a fuck this person forever, like I can't, like I'm done, like I'm out of here. The first thing that matters is the level of what they did to you, like how bad it was. Okay. Right. You know, that's number one. Okay. Now, like to put something quickly on it, like, okay, let's speak to like, let's say friends or family. Okay. Usually it's like a disrespect thing. Like that's usually like where it lies. Whatever the actual action was is different. Whether it was words, something they didn't get this, that, whatever. Usually it's disrespect. There's in life, I believe that there's a certain, like, you have to respect yourself to a certain percent or whatever the word is. And
it's degree.
You have to, there you go. Let me redo that. So when Tony cuts, it sounds better. You have to respect yourself to a certain degree. And that degree should generally stay, like that line should generally stay for everybody. Right. And so I just think it becomes a thing where it's like, if a line gets crossed, that like, it's just one of those things for you. Like, I don't know. Like I believe cutting it. And then, okay, that's the first step. The second step is like, how has your life been post cutting that relationship off?
That's important.
That's the second question.
That's a very important part.
Right? Because if you've only been on the up, life has been grooving, although you may say, okay, like there's a part of you that's like, bro, maybe it's just time to like squash it. You also look at it and you say, but bro, maybe this is one of the many reasons why I'm so up. Yeah. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
For sure, yeah.
Like maybe this is one of those reasons, and maybe this is just a sign that I gotta just keep it where it is. You know what I mean? Line it up. So those are the two things for me that matter, is like, how bad was the thing that happened, and how's your life been after? Even if it's like, yo, I'm not up financially, like I'm up just like mentally, like I feel good, I'm just happier, like whatever. Like if you're finding those things after cutting somebody out, it's you know, it can definitely make you feel like I got to keep it that way. Yeah. You know, like you get that feeling in your heart, although it's like maybe the ego portion of the healing process has gone now. Now the ego's gone. Now you're kind of like, okay, like whatever, I can put this behind me, even if it was bad to a certain extent. There's still that part of like, and this, I'm speaking for myself, where I'm like, you know, I've had issues, you know, with my family, like with family members that, you know, I haven't spoken to them in a couple years, whatever. I felt very disrespected in certain things that happened. And initially it was maybe my ego talking. Like, nah, bro, like if I don't get a proper response, or I don't get this, or I don't get that, like, no way, bro. I've never seen these people, whatever, right? We'll sit at a table with them. Then I think in the healing process, just as time goes on, you kind of just like, okay, you kind of push it aside now to a certain extent, right? You push it aside. You'll forgive, but maybe you won't forget. That type of thought. Yeah. Then the second thought that comes in is like, but like, I look at my life in the last, since that person or those people were cut off, and where I'm at now, and I'm like, I'm like mentally so much stronger, happier, no stress in my life. Like, I mean, everyone has stress to a certain extent, but way less. Like I cut off an arm of stress in my life. Like I'm up financially from where I've been in the past. Like maybe I have to keep it this way. And so that's my common battle when it comes to this every day, is I have that issue in my life that I'm currently going through right now. And so for me, what ends up being the stronger thing is how good my life has been recently in the last 2 years or so. That's what's held me from like putting the grudge aside. Or maybe I should rephrase that. The grudge maybe is aside, but to reassociate, I don't even have the drive to do it anymore. That's a better way to put it. My grudge is kind of gone. Like I said, forgive. I've sort of forgiven, but I'll never forget.
Of course.
But I don't even have the motivation to reassociate just because where I'm at. Yeah. And my time that we were talking about earlier, time, and the time that I was talking about earlier, I don't even know if it's worth it for me to open up that gap anymore for these people. Yeah. So that's where I'm at.
How about you, Dini?
I think, like you said, it depends on the situation. There's so many different situations where it's like, for sure, fuck that person forever, or not even like fuck that person, but like like I've forgiven, but I'm never gonna forget in the situation where I'm never gonna go back and let that happen to me again from that person, right?
Of course.
So it depends who they are, what they did, for sure. But I think there's definitely situations where there's space for both of it, where you can be like, okay, like whatever. These are made up examples, by the way, nothing to do with me or anybody else that I know. But like, let's just say it's like your brother, let's just say, fucks you over in a business deal, or the house they were gonna sell. I don't know, like your parents pass away and then they leave the house to both of you, and somehow he finds a way to fuck you for 100 grand or some shit like that, or 500 grand. That person, like, you gotta, for your own mental health, forgive him, but then you can never, I don't know if I can ever talk to somebody like that again who was able to do something like that to me and I didn't see it coming, right? So there's certain people where you gotta be careful about reintroducing the relationship, because that can happen a second, third, fourth, whatever, however many times you allow it to happen.
Yeah.
But then there's other people where it's like, okay, they fucked up. They did something not as severe as that or as like selfish as that, where it's like, I'm pissed off because you let me down in this situation, but I'm going to be pissed off for a while because it was pretty serious. But I'm also going to realize that you didn't do it on purpose, maybe, or you're actually sorry for it. That's the other thing. They have to be aware of, if they fucked up, they have to be aware that they fucked up and apologize for it. Then in almost every case, as long as they make it right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably want to, get back together with them or do establish the relationship again. If they don't see anything that they did wrong, they think they're right and you're the asshole, and you know that you're not the asshole. You know what I mean? You're not the one who stole $500,000, but you're the asshole who was always the favorite. So I'm going to take the money because fuck you. That's never going to be fixed.
But isn't it like, but couldn't you look at it and just say, like, even if they knew it was wrong, it's like, but bro, why'd you do it? Like, let's just, again, made up situation. But like if a two brothers and the parents die and they're splitting the house, whatever, and then one brother finds a way to fuck the other brother for $100K or whatever, it's like, it's actually even worse that you're my brother and you did that to me.
Well, that's what I was gonna bring up too.
You know what I mean? Like, if it's family that's fucking you over, it's like, or whatever, disrespecting you, it's like, it's taken even harsher. Like, usually people will be like, no, you forgive more, but I'm like, no, it's actually the opposite.
Yeah, for something like that.
Family or close friends, somebody you had fucking full trust, faith, love in, disrespects you, it hurts more.
Yeah,
because you're like, bro, like, really?
I think at the beginning, like in the process of forgiving someone, I think right at the beginning you have like your pride, you have your ego, where you're like, yo, did I just get fucked over? What the fuck? Who the fuck does this person think they are? You know, you have that whole huge face. I think when the ego and the pride goes away, and you're still cheesed,
Yeah.
like there's something there. You know, there's something there to be.
It's really
talked
a
about.
problem.
Then you're actually probably genuinely upset, and you probably don't want that to happen to you again. And then there's the other side of it where it's like, okay, there's two types of people. There's people that are your family or a really close friend, and then there's people that are your acquaintances and people you don't really see all the time or talk to all the time. Who is easier to forgive in that situation? Because I know what you're saying, but then there's going to be people that say, well, you got to forgive because that's your fam. Like that's why you got to forgive easier than that random. But then I'm looking at it like, yo, I could probably forgive that acquaintance many more times than I can forgive my family member.
Because they kind of,
but it can go both ways.
Not that you could expect them from an acquaintance, but like acquaintance doesn't have any shared blood with you, shared memories like that.
But you can also easily say fuck that person a lot more easier.
Yeah, of course.
That acquaintance, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a bittersweet thing where it's like, okay, a family member fucked me over. Shouldn't it be easier to forgive them because they're so close to me and this is someone that I want to keep in my life? Or am I more pissed off because this is someone that I'm supposed to keep in my life and this is someone that's supposed to care for me and be there for me?
Yeah.
So I think that's a tough question.
That's the debate, right? And then it like, bro, it just becomes a thing of like, who's affected. Who does it affect around you?
That's a huge one too. There's so many external things.
There's so many externals that come into place, right? But at the end of the day, like I think like for me, it goes back to like the self-respecting and like you got to move with respect for yourself in this world.
I
like,
mean,
and listen, are the people who love you gonna hurt you sometimes? 100%. Like no one's perfect at the end of the day. So are the people that again speaking to family or very close friends, people you consider family, whatever, are they gonna hurt you sometimes? They will, but like. Again, then that's really where it comes down to like the level of what they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I think if at this level in our lives, if we were to hold a grudge, someone has to do something really bad to us, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are holding grudges around here because someone didn't fucking
No,
you
but
know.
holding a grudge takes energy and it wastes your time.
Of course.
So if you're going back to
Yeah.
the fucking the time as an entrepreneur, as a human being in general, like if you're gonna sit and sulk for fucking ever about a fucking, you know,
Or even talk about the situation 500 times every day.
Yeah, well,
telling
that's
everybody-
sitting,
yeah.
sulking, and
Yeah.
wasting time on it. Again, listen, does it come up this and that? Sure.
So bouncing off that, now I want to ask you guys something else.
but, okay.
I noticed that like a lot of successful people in this world, they have super small circles.
Yeah.
You know, tight knit,
Tight as fuck.
tight as fuck, and it's a common theme I'm noticing. It's quite obvious why you would say, but what are the reasons you think why, you know, you get to a certain level in your career or in life, and then you look around and you have maybe 5-6 people that really support you. I'm not talking about fan bases and communities and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I won't even say like, okay, support you is one thing, but I think even a better way to put it in terms of like your cool circle is also like people that like you
built this with. You built what you did with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you built what you did with, but also like that you want to have around. Like at the end of the day, like you just want to have around. So
but like it would make sense that like in a I guess you look at reality and you're like, okay, if I'm the most successful possible and I've done everything right in my life and I'm helping all these people, wouldn't my circle be bigger? I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't believe it.
No, but like, okay, sure. Like it's perfect to say that because yes, like how many, like, so I'll speak to myself. I'm sure this applies to you too. I'm sure this applies to you too. Like people, like, yeah, like as you've grown as an entrepreneur, as a person and things have been going, you know, good for you. Like you know more people.
Yeah.
So your like overall circle is bigger,
Yes.
but your people who actually get to spend time and
getting it gets smaller and smaller.
smaller, and the people that I actually talk to, because I'm sure, like both of you guys, you talk to many different people on a daily basis, but like how many of those people are consistent probably every day? There's probably maybe 3 to 6 of them.
Yeah, I can count on one hand.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a mixture of like, yeah, as you grow, your whole circle grows, but as you also grow, the people that get to be intimate with you and not like on a fucking smashing you way, like people that get to like talk to you one-on-one regularly, whether it's
Smash
over
you
the
too.
phone, FaceTimes, sitting in front of the person, whatever, that shrinks because you also got to be careful with who you have around you, right? Like
For sure.
there's snakes in the grass always. And as you grow and you find more of those people, there's more potential for more fucking snakes.
The more you grow, the harder the snakes are looking for you.
That 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And I
harder
think the more
everyone
you're
wants to-
growing too, the more you realize like who's actually with you, what kind of person is like, you know,
You
like
see it
how to
more. You
read,
see,
you
like,
can
all
read
the-
people a lot better.
I mean, how many times has it probably happened to you guys? Like instantly, as soon as you released that big podcast with Kyle, how many people probably message you, bro? I'm so proud.
Yeah,
You're
okay, you
amazing.
get
I
it
love
all.
you. Whatever. We should link up. Maybe I got this new
yeah.
business we should talk about. So at the end of the day, for sure, you can find people like even when you're a millionaire that are going to be not giving a fuck that you have money. They're not trying to use you or whatever. But you also got to look at who was there from the beginning when I was making, you know, $1,000 a month at whatever the fuck I was doing, or making negative $1,000 a month doing this podcast. Let's just say as an example, who was there from the beginning and who fucked with it when it was like nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When it wasn't cool.
Episode 2,
Yeah.
when it was cooler to make fun of you for doing it than it was to support you for doing it.
That's crazy.
What did we just talk
Crazy to
about
think
before
about.
we started? How many
Yeah.
people, you know, are proud of you when you make it, but make fun of you while you're getting there?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Those are the snakes,
Everybody,
right?
bro.
Those are those are the people you
Everybody,
can't.
bro.
It's not everybody.
Anyone
like,
that's actually
No, like I mean a majority.
yeah, it's like 98 out of 100.
there's that like 1% of people that they support you and they're actually much more successful than you. That's the cool one. Like then the people talking
That's-
shit are not doing anything.
Well, here's the thing.
Like,
Nobody
you know what I
that
mean?
hates on you is
That's-
ever
that-
successful.
It's crazy, right? And even us at the beginning too, like our supporters now, we have fans, we have a community of people that support us, but the people we know that were fucking with us the most were successful people. Because they're
That's
like, okay,
right.
these guys are getting at it. I see something for these guys. I know they're consistent. I know they have drive. They could do something. And then the people that are doing nothing are the ones, oh yeah. But this is more so just to let people know that your circle is gonna get smaller as you continue to grow. That's fine. That's gonna happen. Does that mean you have to cut out everyone? No, but you'll know based on the energy and when you're sitting with people talking to them, like, yo, like for me too, like being an entrepreneur, we don't have a schedule really. We wake up every day, it's different, right? And for me, like now when I communicate with someone, let's say who has a 9 to 5, which I have nothing against, it's hard for me to communicate with this person on a deeper level.
Yeah, because your timelines or your days, your time frames of like talking
But it's not that.
moments
It's
are
our
way
priorities.
different.
It's this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
this,
Like,
it's that.
so I'm saying even that person when they're good to have a conversation between 12 and 3, it's like, yeah, maybe today it worked, but then tomorrow I'm fucking over here and I'm doing this.
Not only that, but it's even what you're talking about, what
do you have in
about, what do you
common?
have in common, right? So
100%.
it's like
yeah.
it gets to a point where it's like you're not cutting people out. People are just not in your life anymore as you're taking new path. Like you take a new road, and some people are not going to join you when you take that path.
Yeah. And listen, if it's somebody that you still want to just have still in that like outer circle, yeah, there's a level of like commitment you have to give.
Of
It's
course.
probably very small at that
course.
point, but it's a text on their birthday. It's just checking
it's
in
just-
randomly
it's
or
just-
comment on a picture or whatever.
It's just
like,
hard because like I also just see the world as such a big place, like a big market, and I don't know if it's just everything we've been doing the last couple of years or if it's like all the travel and stuff. But like when I'm talking to someone, let's say that has a very smaller mind, it's hard to talk about pretty much anything.
Yeah,
I just don't know if that's like a common thing.
dude, that's why like
You know what I'm saying? Like
I do
outside
know
of
what
the-
you're saying. Yeah.
that's why for
it's
me
just-
like
it's just
outside
tough.
of
like
the
you know what,
people-
and again, I'm not shitting on anyone. I'm just saying like I would probably have more in common with some people in my life if I just had a normal job.
yeah.
Oh,
Which
for
is weird.
sure.
Like, you
for
know,
sure.
like-
Yeah, well, of course, because then you just look forward to the same things.
Mm-hmm.
You have there's similarities. Yeah, 100%. That's the tough part of like when you come back, especially like you know for us, we come back to Toronto, or whatever. You want to link up with guys because you still love them, like they're my homie and shit. But then it's like you link up and it's like there's only so much you can talk about. Then it's just like
It's not high school anymore. We're not going to smoke weed in your garage and talk about
and just like
girls
fucking-
or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I
like,
mean?
So then it just like you're just like, okay, where's this conversation going? Like, you know what I mean?
And I think that's so important, like for anyone that's in their career, growing as a person, growing their relationships. I think it's important to know that like it's normal.
Yeah, cutting someone off doesn't have to be seen as a
You know,
negative
and that's the thing, like,
because
you-
it's not cutting them off.
that's
It's
what I'm
they're
saying.
naturally falling out of the inner
You're just in a
circle.
new. This person is no longer in this chapter in your life. That doesn't mean that they weren't in the fucking book. You know what I mean? Like at the
Facts,
end of the day, like, and like you said, if this is someone that's important, you'll find ways to still keep
Here
a
and there,
relationship
yeah.
going, keep it committed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's crazy that it's so different. You know, as you're growing as an entrepreneur and as someone else is growing in their own life,
Yeah.
like you literally go two different ways, and the more that you're going those two different ways, the less and less you are able to even interact about things.
No, 100%. That's a big thing, man. Like just finding the similarities within like how to even keep those combos.
But
going.
that's why you end up being around people that are doing the same things as you. You know what I mean? You're saying, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you got
but
that."
no, but there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who are stuck, like want to make that jump, but they're like, I don't even know how to.
It
Like,
starts with honestly.
how do I
would say
get out of
it
here?
starts with building a relationship with one person that you're like, yo, listen, like I see myself having similarities with this person. This person has drive. If that's someone you are,
Yeah,
if you have goals, that's someone that's doing the same thing. Someone's building their habit, whatever
Yeah.
it is, and you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
something, just start to talk to them a bit.
Yeah, that's another thing. People just got to reach out. Yo, Instagram makes it so easy, bro. Slide in the fucking DMs. Yay, man. Yo, my bro, I see you shining. Yeah, I see you shining,
just
you know?
show someone love, show someone support that you want to reach out to and talk to. But I promise you, like seeing someone else, if you're in a group of friends right now that you guys have all had the same kind of mentality for, let's say, 10, 15 years, like it's so important that you start looking at different perspectives of life.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know for me, that was the first thing, like talking to people that were like, let's say 35 when I was 25, 40, and saying like, oh, like what are these guys working on?
Yeah.
Right. And then it gets you like,
No, it gets you in the zone. Yeah, it
but
gets
I
you in
just,
the
I just
zone.
found that interesting because it was like, I'm sure a lot of people go through it.
No, like, bro, I think we're still going through it. You're still like, people are still coming sort of in and out of it a little bit, but then it's just all about that cash. Always ends up being about that cash at the end of the day.
I don't know. For me, like
Cash flow. How's the cash flow?
The more that you concentrate on building that circle for yourself, the more that like when you're not in that circle, you're like this is not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know,
No,
like,
no, I know,
for
I
sure.
know.
it's crazy.
Dean, what are you cooking up for us over there?
What do you mean?
What do you got for us?
Oh,
Anything?
subject wise?
Yeah.
No, I got some stuff. I got
I
you
got two.
anything?
I
that's-
got look at this fucking list.
Let's go.
What do you guys think about Elon fucking Musk and Twitter?
Oh, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it was needed. Whether people like the change or not, a change was needed.
Yeah,
That's what I look at.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Twitter was a stale platform.
It was
not
going
much
down, man.
on.
It was going down. People felt like very like intimidated to tweet, very like anxiety packed when they like, bro, like it was like a fucking war zone on Twitter for a bit. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
I agree. I think it was-
between
well,
the pandemic and
I
everything
think it
too.
still is a war zone.
I think
It
it's
is,
a
it
war. A war zone is okay, but what was happening was it was a war zone, and then the god of the platform was saying, okay, but this side you can go fuck yourself. There's no discussion. You're just fucked if you don't agree.
Yeah, so it was a war zone, but only one of the armies had tanks.
Yeah, only one of the armies had.
Yeah,
fucking,
one of the other army, they fucking cut off their arms, their legs, their mouth,
Go to war,
took out their tongue.
Go to war like with nothing.
So they brought tape back on. They brought on Trump back on.
Trump back on. And now listen, whatever you think about these people, you're a fucking idiot if you think they should be, and I'm not speaking, if somebody does something illegal, or they release this guy's, let's fuck up Anthony Sorella, this is his address, you're gone. I mean, but if they want to just say, I don't like what this fucking Anthony guy is saying, let's talk about it, neither side should be removed from the conversation.
Completely agree with that.
What did I say a long time ago about COVID? I said, you're a fucking idiot if you think they should be able to control what kind of medication you have to do anything. Because guess what?
It's insane.
When the other team is in power, they're going to say, you can't have an abortion. Fuck you. We already put in the laws that said you have to have a vaccine. So now we're going to use the same laws and the same kind of precedent to say, now you're not allowed to have an abortion.
Yeah, you can't have this, now you can't have that.
Exactly. So, and I think, obviously, I think everybody at the table here is in agreement. If you're anti-vax, you also have to be pro choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Obviously.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So I think those kind of people are really stupid. Like the ones that are saying you're not allowed to have an abortion, but I also don't want to take the vaccine.
Yes,
well, you can't control one situation and not the other.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the ultimate thing about it, and this circles back to Elon Musk buying Twitter, is that at the end of the day, have whatever fucking beliefs you want. And at the end of the day, and Twitter's a place where you can go and say what the fuck you want.
Well, listen, can I just mention for 1 second that if you're allowed to post porn,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
What are we really talking about? Why does Balenciaga still have their fucking Twitter?
Yeah.
Because Elon.
Well, because Dean shot the photos.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing.
No, but again, like even Balenciaga now, like, okay, I'm not saying you should cancel them and take them off the platform, but if you're gonna take other people off, look around.
Well, they're not gonna do it anymore.
No, they're gonna stop now. Yeah.
What if, like I said, if Balenciaga did something creepy, the market's got to decide that it was creepy enough to stop buying their shit, not Twitter.
Yes.
Exactly. But okay, exactly. Free market. Let the market decide what they think is weird. Let the market decide what they like to read. Let the market decide what they don't like to read. And when you allow everybody to just put, as crazy as it sounds, put everything out, the market will filter it out.
Yeah.
That's the only way to figure out what the real truth is and what's the real
consensus. What the real reality is. Yeah, I mean, and I was having this conversation literally yesterday with somebody based on like, okay, how do we protect that, right? Because at the end of the day, the thing before was, oh, well, Twitter is its own company, so they can have their own platform. They have their own rules,
which
right?
is true.
Abide by their own rules.
True.
Okay, fair, but I think, what if there was a law or something passed where it was an internet bill and not just a social media platform bill, and it was a bill that was passed where, and like I might get fucking flamed for this, but like a bill that was passed by like the free speech people, but a bill that was passed where like, or by the not free speech people, a bill that was passed where if you operate any type of business on the internet or something like that, something along these lines, this is a very vague version of it, that you have to allow free speech. I just think like the internet is so big, powerful, and influential to today's society. We literally walk around with computers attached to us at this point. Our phones, that like it is time for is it the second? Not the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is guns, right?
I think the second's the guns. Yeah, I think Fourth Amendment.
Is it the Fourth Amendment?
I'm not sure.
Whatever
Doesn't matter. We don't even live
whatever
there.
the free speech amendment is in America, it should now apply to the internet as a whole,
right?
Rather than these social, trying to attach it to a social platform. Yo, you want to operate your business on the fucking internet? There's a law that free speech needs to be allowed on the internet.
Here's the problem with that. There's like 300 countries.
Yeah.
You can't say like the US law and that takes the whole internet, right? So I think what you said about free market also applies to this. If Twitter wants to ban Trump, they want to ban conservative talk, or they want to ban a subject, they want to hide the Hunter Biden laptop story and not let you send it even in your own fucking DMs.
Wow.
The market over over time. It's not going to be instant. It's not going to be like that one time they hit that story and everybody leaves fucking Twitter. It's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is over 5-10 years, it's going to be
Elon
a
Musk will
shithole.
buy it.
Elon
This
Musk
will-
buys it and then it corrects itself, right? The market says, fuck that way that those people were running
Yeah.
it. Fire them all. They were a bunch of fucking losers.
They actually were.
You know what I mean? A lot of these people, they go from school directly into this job. And the whole time they're at school, they're taught all this bullshit
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you got to stay woke. Look, you saw the
Yeah.
fucking closet full of stay woke shirts that he found the other day.
yeah.
They're taught that from when they're fucking 16 to
Wait a
26.
minute, what?
You
Yeah.
didn't see that?
What happened?
Elon
what did he
found a
find?
random closet full of like overstock of t-shirts they were probably giving away to employees, and it just said hashtag stay woke.
So
Yeah. So that's how the
these
company
people
is
are
being
literally
operated.
trained
That's
to do the job.
Fuck, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
insane.
Yeah, these
So-
people are trained to do the job.
So anyways, I think the free market should take over. I don't think there should be a law, because every time you ask the government to make more laws, it's a fucking problem,
No,
right?
no, but we're not making a new law.
You are, because you're applying it to a private business now. So you're
No,
applying the
no,
Second
you're-
Amendment or First Amendment to the business.
But businesses. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Do businesses have to abide by
think
the
so. No, I
Constitution?
don't think so,
No.
What
No,
the fuck
because
are
if
you
you-
talking about?
no,
You
because
walk
if you
in a
go-
place, start
They
killing
don't.
people.
No,
it's
you
like,
don't
oh,
have to
no,
kill-
it's not
That's
my
the
business.
law, though. That's the law. The Constitution, in terms of like free speech, if you're a private business, just like you,
Yeah.
if somebody here comes in with a mask on and you don't like their whole fucking vibe, you can say, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We're not
No.
working with you,
That's
right?
why. So like you can't walk into a business right now and just say whatever you want and expect to stay. They can literally
They
say
can
just
kick
leave.
you out anytime, right?
Yeah.
So if you,
So that's why
the same thing.
business
What
part is
happens
tricky with it. The business.
What happens
is,
if you have a client and you don't want to work with them anymore because they don't agree with you? They got purple hair and they identify as a they, them, and you whatever. I'm not saying you would or wouldn't.
Hey,
you wouldn't want to work with them.
whoa, hey,
Wait, what are you talking about?
yo.
Hold on. That's this guy's favorite kind of client.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
He-
Here we
Whoa,
go.
whoa.
Anyway, what if
Okay,
you?
sorry.
What if there was a law and then the cops show up the next day and they're like, "Hey, you got to do business with this person. You got to hire a photo shoot for them. You got to make the videos
Yeah.
that they're asking you for, or you're going to jail, or we're going to close your business, or it's a $500,000 fine."
No, I know it gets tricky.
goes
when
both
gets
ways.
There. You know what it is. I feel like I've been deprived of
Yeah,
free
yeah.
speech for so long. I'm just so hungry for it. You know.
I know.
Just
But then what
bring
are you
it
doing
back.
right
the
now?
pod, bro.
You're doing it right now.
Listen, I know that's what we've been doing this for. That's why we literally started this to try and bring free speech
Yeah,
back to,
yeah.
to whatever, however the fuck Toronto,
You
if you
have
want to put it that
for
way.
sure. How many people saw the stuff even during the last couple of years that were just totally set free or able
Oh,
to
yeah,
now
yeah,
say
yeah.
something? Because
100%.
So that's
No, it
what
was-
needs to happen,
it was
right?
proper, yeah. I
More
get
people
it.
like
I
you
get
and
it.
him and me or whatever, like they got to talk to their people and be like, listen, I understand you want to get the vaccine, but you also have to understand that, like, it can't be like a fuck you and you should die and not get health care if you don't have a vaccine. And it can't also be fuck you, you're a fucking moron if you got the fucking
Yeah, it
vaccine,
needs to just
right?
be, yeah.
It needs to be like a little bit
Facts.
more care less about what other people are fucking doing, care more about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
but
mean?
That's again.
How
See,
does that
I'm
not-
with that. My
Society's
issue is as soon as
fucked.
someone tells me what to do, then we got huge problems.
That's the problem.
We got all
Well,
the
that's what
problems. They
he's
come
saying.
together. Yeah.
Including the fucking government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely
So-
including the
No,
fucking
the
government.
last thing you want to do is ever have the governments implement more laws. That's the
Bro.
last.
That's where it all goes south because
Yeah.
you may agree with the law. You might have fucking wrote the law, but then the problem is it gets interpreted by a bunch of fucking cocksucking lawyers the next time when the next guy gets in who has the
Yeah.
opposite opinion of you and he says, now guess
He's gonna
what?
use it for him.
We can force Twitter to put Trump back on, but we can also force Anthony to not work with who he wants to, or we can force him to work
Yeah,
with
yeah.
any,
I see
you know
what
what I
you're
mean?
saying. I see what you're saying.
It's the same thing as the vaccine shit. You never want the government to force you. If people think the vaccine is safe for them, they're doing their own research, they're listening to their doctor, they'll fucking take it. You do not need to tell them that
Yeah,
they
take it,
can't
bro.
go on a plane, they can't go on a fucking train from some fucking drama teacher who just wants to create drama so he can get
Yeah.
reelected.
Yeah.
That's when we lose it all. When we let those fucking snakes, because they don't give a fuck if you get the vaccine or don't.
No, they don't. They don't
They're
care.
looking at how many people are going to agree if I say this. That's all they're looking at.
Yeah.
Test.
Right?
The woke,
So
the woke vibes.
The woke test.
The fucking woke.
Listen, guys,
vibes.
recently we had something start in Canada. It's called MAID Canada.
Yo,
Medical.
this is
Hold on, I want to do a little comparison here,
crazy.
okay? So we
Yeah, I
have
have these screenshots too.
we have medical assistance in dying now here in Canada, which is tremendous. I
That's-
must say
it's
that
tremendous.
is we have reached the epitome of humanity when we start assisting people in suicide. Andrew Tate said something about suicide. Okay.
are you being genuine that it's a good thing or
No,
it's a
I'm
bad
being so sarcastic.
Okay, okay.
It is not a fucking good thing. Okay. Whoever doesn't understand my sarcasm, it is awful. This is the end of mankind when we start doing these things. Okay. Andrew Tate said something about suicide the other day. I'm gonna paraphrase it. He pretty much said, "If you commit suicide, you are a pussy." Okay.
Jeez. Is that what he said?
I'm paraphrasing it. He said something along those lines. He said that you are not a strong individual. Everything that people and family put into you to get to where you are in life, you're throwing it all away, all because of something like mental health. Now, I'm not saying mental health is not a bad thing. It is. But I agree with Andrew Tate saying that someone that's going to commit suicide at a certain level is weak. And I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I think
there's different scenarios, but listen, like if you're a dad, if you're a mom and you have 3 kids,
Sure.
okay, and you commit suicide, I do not feel bad for you.
Jeez.
I'm being honest. You're fucking up other people's life because you're not strong enough to deal with what's happening in your life.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's many people that like your parents, my brother, your brother and sister that are doing it. It's the people who don't have any of that. And they don't have I don't know. I don't think like...
Okay, again.
I don't think you should fucking kill yourself, but
No,
I also think
and I'm not
like,
saying you should kill yourself. I'm just saying that me personally, if you're going to commit suicide and you do have other people in your life and you do have things that you should have done in your life,
it's very
and taken care, then you're very selfish. I do not feel bad for you. Now, if you have a mental health disorder or you are going through something like depression and you don't have people in your life, again, instead of offering suicide as an option.
Well, hold on a second here. Hold on. That's not what it is, though. That's like for people who are dying already.
No. It's for people. It's on the website, bro. It's on the website.
Let me explain it. I'll explain it to you.
Okay, yeah.
So, it's I don't know if it's been recently like put in place. So it's like if you're sick, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. No. Hold on. If you're sick, you're like terminally ill.
Yes.
Right. You're like, bro, I'm dying. Bro.
Listen.
You probably can't even move. You can't even breathe.
No
Talk, whatever.
problem.
And the family. The size.
Listen,
like
I'm not talking about vegetables, by the way. If you're a vegetable, do what you gotta do.
No, yes. What I'm saying is as of in Canada, March 2023.
Yeah, 2023.
Is it 2023
Yeah.
or maybe 2024?
No, 2023. You're right.
Okay, it's either one. It could be 2023, 2024. But in March next year or the following year after that, they are going to allow it for people with mental illness.
That's
my
completely
thing.
That
This is my thing. I'm not talking about someone that is gonna die.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
You understand?
That's insane.
Someone
I've
that's
never
on
heard
their-
of that before.
Someone that's
Search
eating
it up.
through a
Search
tube
it up. It's real.
and getting their vitamins and their food through a tube, and they want to commit suicide.
That's what it's supposed to be for.
Do what you got to do, okay? If you have a mental illness and you suffer from depression, your first option should not be suicide.
It should not be.
I don't.
But
think,
I'm saying it's
Yeah.
okay. You're completely right. It should not be a fucking option.
I don't think it's anyone's first option, but the fact that our government is offering it as an option, they're offering it.
Is that for sure?
100%.
Search
What's
it up.
it- what's it called?
MAID.
Made Canada.
Yeah, MAID Canada, and then just search mental health March 2017.
So this is where I'm coming from. This is where I agree with Tate when he says, "Yo, if you commit suicide and you're at that point in your life, you are a pussy." Okay? And I'm not going to use the word pussy. I'm going to use the word weak because people in their life did things for you to get to where you were. Maybe it's not a good place. Maybe it's a horrible place. But you're still there.
Yeah.
And for you to give up and just say, you know what, I'm off this.
Yeah.
That's your option. I don't feel bad for you. I have no sympathy.
It's a weak vibe. There's
I know people in life that could have taken that route easily.
Yo,
committed suicide, said fuck it. We know people. We've had people on this show that could have made that decision.
Yeah, facts.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're strong individuals. They made themselves strong.
But you also, it's also, yes, and it's also you realize that it affects other people, right? And so when decisions affect other people,
Sorry, keep going.
when decisions affect other people, that's when you can't be selfish. You gotta at least make that a part of your decision. Now, there's a famous story of a guy. He might have been on Joe Rogan. He was on a podcast, a big podcast, that he jumped off a bridge, and the second he jumped off the bridge, he instantly committed. He instantly regretted his decision. He hit the water, and he lived.
Wow.
He should have died though. It was one of those.
Yeah.
He should have died, but thank God he didn't. And he says the second that I jumped, I instantly regretted it, that it was wrong. Thank God he lived and he's able to say that. And I would imagine that a lot of people who do things, commit suicide, like jumping off a bridge, is shit that's not completely instant. Probably the second they began or whatever, took that leap or did whatever, they instantly regretted it. I believe that.
Bro,
I
listen,
believe that's probably a majority of those people.
100%. And you have to remember something we're here for a short time. We got this beautiful gift. We get to be here.
Sorry, the
You know what I mean?
The point was,
what'd you see?
I was just reading. Okay, so that's why I was going to stop you, but then I kept reading. So up until March 17th, I think, 2023.
Yep.
yeah.
If you have a mental illness, you are not eligible.
Yeah.
Meaning after March 2023, you are eligible. But it does say that.
So hold on. So as of March 2023, you're eligible.
But the mental illness they're talking about isn't depression. They're talking about like Alzheimer's, where like you're forgetting how to shit and you're forgetting how to pull
who
your
decides?
pants up. I think it's you and your doctors have to. You're able to like if you're still in. So part of it
you
is
have
also you
Alzheimer's,
have to be.
yeah.
But you know what, Dean? I don't buy that because that's how it starts.
Yeah.
That's how it starts. Then
Sure.
they're gonna go into, oh, you just don't want to be here anymore, buddy. Come into the room with me.
Yeah, but they can do that anyway. So what's? I mean, the difference is
I'm
the
just
fucking
saying the way
government's
that they're
doing it.
doing it is so messed up, bro.
And
like, you know what I mean?
And
It's
again, you're
insane,
leaving.
yeah.
You're leaving. Okay, fine. Let's say it is the Alzheimer's, whatever, something really bad. You and the doctor decide. Who the fuck is the doctor's not God? He
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
The
decide.
doctor's
if,
gonna
if-
get
No,
an
it's
extra
fine.
10K. You say yes.
He can't decide if
No, I
you
know.
live or not. Who made
It's not
him
even
God?
about that. It doesn't make sense to me without reading even more about it. Which is like this is all from the
You
government
guys
of
can check it
Canada's
out. You
website.
go
Yeah,
to
by
MAID,
the
you
way,
go MAID
it's-
Canada, go on Google.
It's government website shit.
Yeah,
we're
go
pulling
to
this
the
stuff from.
website. But like it seems that like
I don't care. The second that you even say it's allowed is fucking
so. What if
ridiculous.
it minus the mental health thing? What if you were like you have cancer and you're going to be gone in 3 months, probably
you
4
decide.
months?
If you can soundly make
Right.
a decision,
Right.
up to you, bro. If you're
Right.
terminally ill, things like that. But bro,
I'm not.
So
but
the confusing thing I was just reading, just so that people are aware before they look it up, is it says that you have to be mentally competent to make the decision, which is probably in a test that they have to make sure you're mentally competent. But it also says that you can do it if you only have a mental health issue, not like a physical cancer or.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how you can have a mental health issue, but also still be competent enough and pass a test to say I want to kill myself
because
now.
that's Canada, bro.
Because
that's
they just
what
want you
works.
to just
That's
come in,
Canada,
come in
bro.
and we'll talk about it. Come in and we'll talk about it,
No,
bro.
but in Canada, we say one thing and we do the other.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Canada.
That's-
Come
It's-
inside. Come inside to room
it's
5. meet me in room 5 in like 20 minutes. We're gonna fucking fix
like,
you up
bro,
nice.
Are you fucking
And
kidding
listen,
me?
I want to go back and make myself clear, okay? Whoever is
yourself
terminally ill is a vegetable. Are all these things that they are literally on their deathbed.
Yeah.
If they want to decide that they rather die, then I am in no position to tell them what to do.
Of course.
If you have a mental health illness, this is different though, Dean.
right.
Because if there's a kid that walks in there and says, you know what, like I don't want to fucking be here anymore. I have anxiety all day. I'm depressed all day. I don't want to go to school. I fucking hate everyone. Yo, knowing Canada, they might be like, yo, come inside, boy. Come inside. Meet me in room 6, actually.
Yeah.
Meet me in room 6. We got a different room for you. and going back to it again, if you're someone who just made the wrong decisions in life and now you find yourself in a place where you're like, I'd rather not be here.
Yeah.
Yo, don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Straight
No,
up.
I don't care. Listen.
Don't be a bitch. If you got yourself in a bad situation and you're like, yo, I can't pay my bills or I have a mortgage, I can't pay, I'm gonna default on this. I can't get my kids in school. Get it done, bro.
Right.
You're gonna what? You're just gonna off yourself and then what? What the fuck's your kid gonna do then?
That's why I was saying before. Sometimes it can be like in situations like that where it's like you lost your job and your wife is leaving you, but you also have 3 kids, and you decide I'm gonna fucking jump off of the CN Tower. That's fucking
not-
no
that-
respect for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but let's talk about that for a second quickly. The MAID in Canada thing. Even if they're talking about, you know, somebody who has Alzheimer's or whatever being like the fact that they're offering, I don't
It's
even
the fact
care.
that they're offering,
the
I
fact that
think, is
they're
very
offering the fact that Canada is offering people the opportunity to commit assisted suicide via our health system, which is government run, for a mental health issue. What, first of all, again, why do they get to decide what that mental health issue is? Number one, and number two is, how are you even offering
No,
that?
but-
But this is Canada.
This is the problem.
Canada where we do stupid fucking shit like this.
But here's the problem. We already allowed people that were terminally ill to die.
yeah, that was
So
already
what's
there.
this new thing about? If it's just the same thing, it's not the same thing.
It's expanding who's eligible.
Exactly. So they already allowed that because
Yes.
I've had a family member that was a vegetable that we cut the cord. It was done.
No, of course.
People are allowed to do that. But so what's this new thing now? If you're already allowed,
I'm saying that for mental health issues. Again, look, being able to kill somebody makes you God.
Yeah.
In my eyes, the government should never be allowed to be God or
Yeah.
ever have the rules to decide that. We're talking about fucking protecting free speech in America. In Canada, they're saying, bro, you want to off yourself because you have a mental illness? We'll help you.
Yeah, bro.
Look how dramatic that is. That's fucking insanity.
I mean, going back to it, there are people.
But the news doesn't say nothing, bro. The media doesn't show you
What are
nothing.
they gonna say,
I
bro?
found this off my guy, Mike Rapp.
Shout out Mike Rapp.
Realtor Mike Rapp, the realest G in the fucking Canada, okay?
Yep.
Bro, that's how I found it out.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's fucking insane. And quickly to add on that, how the media doesn't talk about it. Did you guys see that Trudeau made a little joke at some like conference about like, oh, they always complain that Canadians are all, or sorry, the conservatives are all complaining that, you know, the media in Canada never says anything bad about me. Well, of course they didn't. I paid them $600 million. He made a joke about it.
What a fucking idiot.
That guy has been a real problem, like for
He
pretty much the
made a
entire time. he's
joke
been here.
about it.
That guy.
The amount of corruption involved with that guy and his government and everything is insane, and it's stuff that you don't even want to have to believe.
It's
but
going to go down in
insane.
history one day.
One day it'll all be
Our
found out.
kids
When they
are
can't
gonna
hide
find
it
out.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all being hidden while they're alive and everything's
Yeah, but you know
all
what?
the
Because
deals
it's
are
like,
flowing.
you know,
That's
when
what it is.
when shit's sewed and
Yeah.
the stitches, they're coming loose, bro, and the cracks.
And then you know what actually comes? This.
No, what actually comes
It
is
goes
this.
from this.
Andrew Tate. This is Andrew Tate. Come on. Power, bro. Did you see Ronaldo doing it in the interview? Yo, you think Ronaldo watches Andrew Tate?
For
Yeah.
sure.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's legendary.
Ronaldo's a fucking goat, bro. I don't want to hear nothing.
Holy fuck. Okay. Anything
wow.
else? Because Dean, how long are we here for? We've been going
Who
at
gives a
it.
fuck? It's
No, I'm just saying.
an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's good. That's good.
That's good.
That's we got a lot off our chest today. Okay, boys. Wow.
And I still got a huge chest, Bello. I got a lot off of it, and
Oh,
it's so
shit,
massive,
bro.
boys. Listen, yo,
That's crazy.
yo, shout out the whole MBH fam.
Yeah,
for
for
real.
real, for
Shout
real,
out
for
everyone
real.
who's been fucking with us on Discord, on Twitch, just fucking with the episodes. We got a lot planned. More content,
Yep.
more money,
You're
more bitches. You know what I mean? We're about to get lit. So yo, make sure you subscribe, follow us everywhere.
Yep.
We're gonna start doing bear giveaways now. Fuck this, just giving away money. That's how you blow up on the internet. Just give away shit.
That's it. We
All right,
love
so
you
that's
guys.
my word of advice.
We love you guys. If you made it this far, like he said, you know
Dean,
what to do.
give
Like,
him something to
subscribe.
deal with. Give
Dean,
him a last liner to deal with.
Dean, one liner. Let's go.
You already know, we're motherfucking out.
Boom.